Yeah, nah, we're good with that. Thankfully. Say what, y'all? But you were saying what now? What were we talking about with beatboxing now? Oh, I was talking about were we married when I judged that hip hop concert? I'm pretty sure we were married when I judged the hip hop concert, but we might not have been. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, when you asked that, I'm like, maybe not. And hey, friends, it's just Miko and I here chit chatting while the show gets ready to begin. So yeah, but anyway, the point was I had a lot of respect for the kid because he was terrible, but he was one of 5 kids that actually had the courage to get up on stage. And everybody's terrible their first time. I had rapped at that same place weeks before, and I was terrible in the world of rap, but those kids that were there had never really seen a live rap performance, and they were like, this guy's amazing. It was like, I was horrible. But that was my first time performing. And I was good enough because I had been a musician for a while, so I wasn't completely terrible at being on the microphone, but it was still my first time. And I had a lot of respect for that kid because it takes balls to get up on stage in front of other people when you know you're not great and still stand and deliver in front of all them judgmental, entitled ass people that would rather be somebody, especially like, and this is what I tell the artists that follow me about black culture too. It's like I started doing art for black folk. It's like black people will go on their phone and do something else if you're not entertaining. Like, at least if I'm playing at a church or a place where there's a lot of white people, at least the moms will be kind and be like, all right, let's listen. He's trying, let's give it up. Black folk, they'll walk. You've been at shows where we weren't killing. They will walk out on you. Like, I ain't staying for this. I got kids and I'm paying for the babysitter. It's like, if you ever want to get good at art, get good at performing in front of black folks and Latinos. It's the 2 most judgmental audiences ever. If you can perform in front of blacks and Latinos, you can perform for anybody. Because I'm telling you, if you ain't, like, think about Showtime at the Apollo if you think I'm not right. Oh, you said it? Send Sam. Yeah, like, they will send a person to get you off the stage if you suck. Ain't no everybody getting a trophy at those shows. Alright, so do me a favor. I was hoping our microphone situation was going to work here. It's not. Can you grab me the microphone from up there so that we can start the real show and they can hear? I was hoping the residuals would be able to pick up you, but it looks like that is not going to be the case. So, friends, we're going to go ahead and kill this mic. Definitely, definitely that chord.
everybody. We're having some technical difficulties over here, but welcome to the show. Brian's gonna start playing soon. I'll be observing and hanging out tonight for a little bit. I see in the comments, what's up everybody? What should I be? Obviously, I don't do shows, right? What's up, Miko? Hey, Jerry. What's up? Turbulent. So what are y'all talking about? A game? Oh, the music. No, it's just going to. Yep. So B's microphone wasn't picking me up earlier, so he's trying to connect a new one that would allow us both to speak. Shannon said, all right, Shannon got you. She told me to ignore everybody else and just holler at her. So you wrapped it up and you put it right here. Yeah, there we go. So what you guys got going on tonight other than watching us play? What is this, Ghost Recon? Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I'll have to learn something about this game. Brian keeps telling me it's good. Yes, I was supposed to be playing tonight, but he says Ubisoft sucks, so that's why I couldn't play tonight. Can you guys hear B in the background a little bit? Probably not. The soundtrack to this game is nice. Only came on for me. Somebody said Miko question mark. Okay. He's not talking currently, Terry, but he was saying some stuff in the background a few minutes ago. He's still trying to get the cord on there. Ron said, Ryan? Oh, that's Ryan. Okay. I can't read. I don't have my glasses on, y'all. Cool. Uninstall there. Well, don't delay the show anymore on my behalf, babe. Just play here. Oh, okay. Okay. If not, thanks, Ryan. No, they're gonna be like, get her off of here. She's boring. She don't even know what she's saying. She can't even see the comments. Right? Oh. And can I play F-Zero GX and P? I'm trying. I guess while I'm sitting here trying not to be in the way, at least I can do is read the comments so B can hear what y'all are saying while he's trying to get all the chords set up till we can actually get started on the gameplay and the topic of discussion for tonight, or the various topics of the... And did we lose everybody? Oh, okay, cool. Ah, okay, good. Bruh. Reese, I can't hear. Jolly's funny.
All right, mic check 1 2. Yo, all right, we can hear everybody now. You can take your headset off.
Ryan's quoting me in Spanish. What's he saying?
No, he's just saying we're here. He's just saying we're here. All right, you guys can hear everybody now, right? Of course you can. Everybody go to bed.
Everybody go to bed. Don't go to bed.
Now
Stay
I
on
lost
the
my
show.
damn
It's right here.
sexy glasses. Where are they? Because I actually had to use my eyes and the flashlight because this set is so dark.
Your eyes are sexier than your glasses.
My eyes what?
Your eyes are sexier than your glasses.
Oh, watch out now. That's why I hide them. So that all the pretty ladies on the internet don't come and steal me away from you.
If they can steal you away from me, then, I guess I'm not doing the job.
Alright, I think now, and by the way, tonight's tunes, okay, everybody's saying, yeah, we can hear.
Okay.
Tonight's tunes are brought to you by a dear friend of mine, and a really, really cool artist named Substantial. You guys should definitely check it out. I put a link in the comments where you can listen to the entire playlist he put together. And by the way, he made that playlist for this show. I hit him up and was like, hey man, we need a playlist so we can play some of your awesome music in front of people who like to listen to awesome music. And he said, word. And so tonight's music was brought to you by Substantial, and his music will pretty much be, for now, the music of this stream. I'm just trying to make sure the game audio is good. All right, we can hear, we can talk. So we brought you guys here tonight. Hello, everyone. 27 minutes into the show with technical difficulties. What's up?
No, I was reading the comments.
Oh, okay.
But you covered
yeah,
them a
let me
little
not.
bit.
I'll uncover that. Just trying to get the screen set up so I can see everything. All right, so.
See your comment in red right there.
That's, yeah, Jolly Hayden. Yep, that's my guy.
Ryan too.
B doesn't need sexy glasses with his lady right there. It says Turbo. That's her name's Terry, but we
Terry.
call her Turbo because she
Nice.
goes really, really fast. She's an engineer, so you know she's dope.
I love it.
All right, Tristan says already copied the link. Sweet. That's and Tristan's okay. So for the Spartans, you already know Shannon.
Yep.
You already know Ryan. You've heard me talk about Terry a lot because Terry's been with us since back in the freaking video game, straight up video game days.
Okay.
I think before even the YouTube channel had a name. So Terry goes back that far. You know Ryan, except his name is short for Marion. So it's spelled that way.
Oh.
And so it looks like Ron from here, but it's actually Ryan.
Ryan.
Tristan's here. He's one of the Spartans I help kick ass, and he's a DJ.
He's a DJ.
So when he says, I already got the music copied, of course the DJ does.
Yeah.
You've got Suba, who you've heard me working with him and his significant other. He's one of our Spartans too. So all great, awesome people here. Jolly goes back to the YouTube days too. He was a little bit later to the party than the original crew, like all the way back in 2007 when we were doing comedy sketches and stuff. But Jolly comes from the same group as Terry, like that 2014-ish window of people figuring out about what we're up to. In fact, Jolly probably got here a little bit earlier than that because 2013 is when I really hit the ground running on video, social media with the stuff that we do.
Okay, cool.
Let's see, who else did I see in here
Got
that
all
I
the
need to introduce you
introductions.
to? Because we run a show where we know all the people that come on here, which I love. I actually prefer that way.
That's family.
So
right?
we got
That's
Clem El
family.
Kiko. That's Clem.
Clem.
He's one of our resident artists. He's a dope ass guy. Let's see, who have I missed? Anybody else? I've already told you about Turbo. She's awesome. Tag's here from Tag Gaming. So Tag, or Chris, was a guy that came on here, and he's a real strong go-getter. But he was struggling with, he always wanted to have a show, but didn't know how to get started. So he came on the show, and we just helped him do it.
Nice.
You know, it didn't really do anything for him, just kind of told him the things that
Encouraging.
make it go faster and encouraged him, and now he's running the show. It's actually really good, too. I've watched
Awesome.
2 of his episodes because he does kind of the Let's Play thing, where he's playing through a game and just talking people through it, but more from a... it's definitely fun and youthful, but it's clear that this is a guy who's probably married with kids, and you know, it doesn't have the stuff like you catch Zach
It's not
watching,
immature.
where it's like ah, screaming and hollering and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's Chris. Who else do we have here tonight? We have a bot that was trying to sell things to people and steal their data, so we
Okay,
deleted them,
Don't click on the box.
and our mods already took care of the bots. So yeah, and Pocket Thoughts is. I typically don't say her real name on the show because I like to keep everybody's privacy,
Got it.
right? But you know Pocket from one of our Spartans. Let's say she was the Spartan I was studying the Quran with.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember? Now you know who that is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
What's up?
Let's see.
Charlie said, do I have
Jolly
a
says,
younger
"Hey Miko,
sister?"
you got a younger sister." Actually, she does, but unfortunately, we were just at her wedding.
Yeah, she just
couple
got
months
married.
ago.
Snatched up too quick.
And then the cousins are married too, right?
All the cousins are married.
So like, I'm thinking of Amanda,
All married.
and then Terry, or
Tara.
Tara. Sorry, Tara. I know you don't watch my show, nor should you. But sorry, I don't want to mess up your name.
That's okay.
So Tara and Amanda, and then, but is Tara married? Because was her husband there?
He wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Because he was coaching
Little
ball.
League or something, right? Coaching ball. Okay. Yeah, I think all your significant others are. Sorry. All of your family have significant others. Is
I
what
got
I'm trying to
some
say.
cute single friends.
Let's see, the cute single friends. I don't know who those are. All the friends you tell me about are married. Do you have like a whole host of other pretty ladies
Soon
army
be,
that you're kicking with?
No, I only have a few. It's like maybe
Oh, okay.
2.
Gotcha. I'm trying to think, who would your single friends be?
It's terrific.
It's Terry. It's terrific.
Terrific.
Can't even say that
Terrific.
word without my brain melting the way he typed that. That is dyslexia going nuts.
Pocket Thought said, I'm okay with it though, thanks.
I'm okay with it, B. Thanks, though. Yeah. I just, you know, when people don't use
I
their
don't know
real
who those are,
names,
right, Shannon?
I assume that you don't want your real name in public. Otherwise, you would have called yourself your real name. So I try to be respectful. Storytellers for Life says, "Let's go." What up, Storytellers? Good to see you. Now, Storytellers is, I just met Storytellers recently, unless they had another name before. So I don't have a big backstory to tell you about them. But welcome back, Storytellers. I do remember you. Jolly says, "Cute single friends. Got to see your definition of cute." Well, look
funny.
at who you're talking to.
That's funny. We were talking about that earlier.
Like, dude, see, this is how you know he's single. Listen, bro. Pretty people don't hang out with ugly people. That's not how we do it, bro. No, you ain't got nobody. Talking about, well, I need to make sure. Because that's a stupid thing to say to a person as gorgeous as you. Let me make sure your friends are actually pretty. Fuck out of here. You think someone this pretty is hanging out with ugly people? Out of your mind.
I know what he's talking about.
No, I'm not. No. See, you always try to be nice to people. And we need you on the show because you balance me out. I want to go for the jugular. You're like, come on, let him live.
Seriously.
He's a good farmer. Like, we need less people. Kill everybody.
Okay.
Shannon says, "Good answer, B. I don't know who those are."
Yeah, it was a good answer.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know your ugly friends. Or your non-single ones either.
I don't have
Oh,
any
Vanessa's
other
single,
friends.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's one.
Vanessa's single.
Got him.
Technically.
No, we're not going to the technical ones. I know
Delight
that.
Single.
No, she's
But
not.
she's dating.
She's not.
She's
Yes,
not
she's
single.
technically single, but no, she's not. You're going to have a whole gauntlet of an angry man to fight off if you try that.
have some soon to be single. All right, let's keep going.
Jolly says no, because on a group there is always he's going this way. I'm trying to help this man cure his ignorance. And I'm trying to help Miko. Yes, that statement is true for single people.
Sometimes.
Once you're pretty and married, you stop that shit. You don't need to keep the ugly people around to make yourself look better, is the principle you're talking about.
But I never had ugly friends.
She got him already. She doesn't need to keep the army of ugly people around to make her look better. They're all sexy, bro. Just, you know what? Never mind. You don't need to meet her friends since you want to be so goddamn picky. Fuck off. We'll find some people who actually want to meet her friends. Anybody else here single besides Jolly? Anybody but Jolly want to meet pretty single people?
Yeah, it's all good. Why you give it?
Because every show he fucks with me and I'm getting him back. That's what this is. All of our relationships are antagonistic.
I hear you sometimes cussing him out.
No, I don't ever cuss Jolly out.
Not cursing him out,
he
but like
is giving me hell on every episode because I have a good life. Like, that's the whole premise of his joke is I hate you because your life's good.
It's Matt from 4 so years ago back. Welcome back. Ugly in the heart. Yeah, that's true. Some people are ugly on the inside. You're right.
Turbo says ugly is in the heart. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of hearts out there, too, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
A lot of ugly hearts.
Ooh! They're mostly ugly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And it's not their fault. Life has a tendency to beat the best out of people. Storyteller says it's Matt's from 4 or so years ago. Hey, if that's the Matt I think it is, because we had a couple of Matts, but I think I know exactly who that is. Was in the Ninja program and had a son born 3 months premature, so that put a hold on my plans for a couple of years back. But back with a vengeance. Yes! Hey, Matt, welcome back, baby. Good to see you again.
Jones, what did he say? I still work for him though.
Random alter ego. Okay, so that's Ryan. His name will change 7 times before the show's over, and it'll be based on something stupid I said. He changes his name to the stupid things I say, so I have to see a constant reminder of the dumb shit I say, because he hates my life. He is a person who hates me, and I'm convinced he's an agent that was sent from somewhere to slowly kill me and keep me distracted, so that I can't actually help. I feel
like people. I'm distracting you because we're just chatting it up. And
that's the point of the show, though. The whole point of the show is this: the game is a lie. Watch. You ready? Watch. Bam. Nobody cares.
They do care.
No games. We'll get out of here. But Random Alter Ego will change his name like 12 more times because he has schizophrenia and he hates me. But welcome back to Matt. So good to hear from you again, brother. Jolly says, don't let him lie. He cusses me out a lot.
I know. I actually have heard him like going on.
Well, I mean, the point of the show is for me to be an entitled bitchy asshole. Like, that's my character. I let people. I created the show to let people channel all of their negativity. So bitchiness, entitledness, anger, like it all comes out of me because I basically I subject myself to things that make me angry. So I get to, exaggerate it.
Vent it out.
Well, but it's good for venting, but usually what I'm screaming about, I'm not actually that angry about. It's just something silly that I'm amplifying to try to make it funny.
Oh, what are they saying now? Oh, that's why I'm here. I lost the track.
Jolly says, I still work for him, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a slave that doesn't know he's free.
He said the game is just a distraction from the truth.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so the topic of tonight's show was I brought a gorgeous woman here to tell us how to attract and keep a gorgeous woman. And I figured the best way to do that is to ask one, hey, how did we manage to trick you into hanging out with us for so long?
Be a good person, man. Just be a good person.
Just be a good person. You know what's funny about that is that's not false, but I think people don't realize how hard it is. Like becoming a good person, and I learned that from Mike Tyson. It's a lifelong journey to become. Because Mike said it during one of his talks. He says, "I've been a great man, Now I'm working on becoming a good man. Because he was great by the time he was 19. You know, and like a lot of what people, when you think about our life, they were throwing me and, you know, vicariously you parades by the time I was 24 years old. I was marching in parades that people were throwing for. So it's kind of like when you've done that at a young age, how does that person who has all of this greatness and things going on around them, but how do they actually also become a good person? Because you can be great and be a horrible piece of shit.
That's
and
true.
so it's like, you're saying the answer to attracting a gorgeous, good person is to be good. But it's like what Jesus said, why callest thou me good? There's no one good but God. And the point of that statement is, bruh, we all work, like this is a lifelong journey to become good. And what I find is a lot of people are not dedicated to it.
I mean, it takes work.
Yeah.
I'm still on the journey of trying to become good myself. And I think so are you. So.
Oh, every day I keep trying to not let Freddy Krueger out of me.
Yeah.
Try to keep his ass in the basement because I be out there stabbing everybody. So 3 more people died today at the grocery store for no reason. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I figured out how. I saw a video on YouTube. I know YouTube be listening to the shit I say. Because you know one of the videos that came up on my feed on Friday was how assassins make tea. And it was a teapot that had the regular tea and then the killer tea in 2 separate compartments so you can pour the tea for you and then you can kill him. I was like, why is that coming up in my feed, YouTube? I know I talk about people dying a lot because that's the best thing for humanity is a lot of us to die. But...
Is it really?
Oh,
well, yeah. No, okay.
That's what Thanos... Thanos was right. Like, hey, let's slow down a little bit. There's too much reproduction going on. And not all of us are getting the same messages. We gotta slow that shit down. Like China had it right. Y'all ain't getting on. No more getting laid. Everybody stop it. No more of these babies running around here.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to give you something more practical. And we can ask the other ladies.
No, I think that was practical.
I'm just saying.
I just want to.
No, I mean, it's kind of generic to say just be good.
But I want to say,
I mean,
like, let's unpack
deeper
it.
Than that. Yeah,
like,
for
yes,
sure.
let's be good, but damn.
Yeah.
That's saying a mouthful.
Well, I thought we were just kind of introing it in, so I just started with that. Okay.
I'm complimenting you. That I know it sounds like I'm being critical because I'm an asshole.
I don't think you're being critical at all. I appreciate you being sensitive to my feelings.
The sarcasm.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'd rather Miko tell me how to do.
Turbo says, "Nice to meet you, Matt." Oh, okay. She had twins.
Aspired to be
sweet.
I don't know you. Wait, what's Terry saying? He said that's why YouTube isn't smart. Oh, Shannon said that's why YouTube isn't smart.
Shannon says, dude, what's up with the glasses? They're sexy. I wore sunglasses on a show. That's right. I forgot Shannon doesn't actually watch this because she's the only person here who's a lot like the most like me. She's like, I don't watch that shit. I wore sunglasses on one of the early shows and my son saw it and was like, Dad, wear sunglasses every time. They're hilarious. I was like, okay, cool. So, like, I'll have them. They allow me to get in and out of character. When I'm being serious, I can take them off and address the audience. Mm-hmm. Good day. And when it's joke time,
you got the glasses
slide them right back on and go to work.
Shannon, if you like B, that means you're a great person. He just plays the asshole sometimes because he's really not. He's trying to hide the fact that he deeply cares about people.
Is that what it is? Is that what I'm doing? I'm not really a jerk.
No, not at all.
I'm just trying to protect my naive, childlike side who sees the best in everybody and needs to stop it.
So, she said because those are so ugly.
She said what?
She hates your glasses.
You know what's funny is everybody but her. Like, I have a link to buy the damn glasses. Because everybody's like, B, those glasses are hot. B, I love those glasses. Where can I get them? And then Shannon. Like, dude, you look like an asshole. Everybody loves these glasses except Shannon.
I mean, they're not my favorite either, but they're definitely interesting looking.
Well, they also were purchased to match clothing I was wearing that I'm not wearing right now. So.
But no, I mean they're cool if you see them.
You guys want me to put on the whole damn costume?
No, don't put on the whole costume, please.
Foghorn,
it's okay. Don't, please don't.
It's too late.
No.
It's too late. Shannon's done it now. It's over. It's over.
Don't put them on. Oh, come on. That was my hat. It was supposed to be my hat.
There we go.
And there we go.
Now. And then I had, you want me to put the ascot on too?
No, don't put
Where's
the
the
ascot
ascot?
on. Just leave it alone, dude.
You're going to make fun of me on my show. I'll show you.
Show us what.
Fuck everybody. I don't know that I'm an insecure child. I have no idea what I'm showing these people.
I'll show you.
All right.
I'm going to make
Take
myself
my
even
ball
look
and
worse
go home.
than
I'll
I've
make
been
myself
before.
look more fucking ridiculous than I already do.
He said, yeah, down bad pimp. Return.
Yeah, see, Cap loves the sunglasses. It must be a young people thing. All the old farts hate the glasses. The young people won't shut up about them. They love them. B, where did I get them? All the old people that have no friends, they hate them. That's who hates my style, is old people. People like me. Old people with no friends. That's who hates my style.
Shannon, he got in trouble for my mom the other day for wearing on her hat.
No, she liked it. I told you. You thought I was going to get in trouble and she was cool.
Oh, no, she was fussing to me. She was fussing. She was like, is that a pin that he stuck in my hat? Is it going to leave a hole? Like,
she didn't say that. I showed her the pinholes. There are no holes. I showed her step by... I can't deal with humans, man. Y'all don't listen. Like, I showed her that there's no damage to the hat. Physically, in her face. What's wrong with people?
I don't know. I can't diagnose it. Oh, gosh. That's some bad hat.
Now he's jacking the hat up with the headphones. It's like the old West, Shannon. You roll your hat up, man. Same thing.
It's not really made for that, but okay.
No, whatever. Is this just the whole show y'all going to critique how much I suck at everything? Which is fine. I'm happy to do that if that helps you get to sleep. That's the whole point of the show.
Point of the show. Get some laughs. Have a good week.
Harley says, am I middle-aged then? Because I'm indifferent towards those glasses. I don't know. I mean, if it helps you guys.
Indifferent towards the glasses.
No, that's a he. That's
a
he. I know he picked, like, a lot of the dudes also pick superhero characters that are women, so you got to get used to that. You got to get used to dealing with younger people.
Yeah.
Like, young dudes on the internet often come across as women. That was something like when I first started my first online shit. I was talking to all these people. I was like, yeah, ma'am. And it's like, I'm a dude. Like, what? Why is your picture a lady? And then I found out, don't ever ask a guy why his picture's a lady.
Really?
Don't. Yes. If you ever see a man using a woman as their avatar, don't ask, oh, well, why was your picture clearly not you? Because you don't want to know who's in the picture. Because outside of her face, there's things going on that you don't want to know about.
Okay.
All right?
That's
So you got to learn the internet.
I
Harlequin is a
asked.
man.
Harlequin, got it.
All right? Man.
Likes Harlequin.
Yes.
Got it.
Like
She's
this
a
whole
badass.
generation liked Harry Potter, so they're very different from ours.
I like Harley Quinn. She's a badass.
Well, you're a lady.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the generation of dudes that I come from would have got beat up for picking Harley Quinn as their name.
Okay.
And so you got to get used to that. Like, it's socially different.
Okay. But don't they also
He says, hey,
like
let me
Sailor
explain.
Moon? Don't they also like Sailor Moon?
They might.
I mean, it's anime. And
They might. They
Okay.
might like... I would have got my ass whooped if I came to school talking about Sailor Moon. And now we live in a world with diversity and inclusion. Stop that from happening. And now, would you agree it's a better world? Because everybody gets trophies now and doesn't get beat up at school?
You know I don't agree with
That's my point.
that. Okay.
So clearly this being nice to everybody shit was the wrong answer. Yeah, and you can usually tell all of the...
And I hate Harry Potter.
Like, anybody 35 and over, you usually know because they're using their real names. It's like, dude, I ain't got time for coming up with a fucking superhero or a cereal box character. Just fucking Shannon, that's my name.
I would have gotten beaten up too, but I was big, so bullies did.
See, Jolly, I was small. I was a very small guy until later in life. Oh, man.
She said you mentioned Shannon said you mentioned the trophies twice on the show. That's funny.
Trying to keep up with
Hippie says, dude, Harry Potter kind of sucks, not gonna lie. Not my cup of tea. Hey, man, you'll get no arguments. I've never seen it. I tease people for Harry Potter. Because, like, I guess when I was growing up, our version of Harry Potter was Neverending Story, probably. I mean, we had our own version of it.
Yeah,
I just tease people that I don't understand their culture, so I make fun of it.
Check out what Terry said. Miko's Southern magic is rubbing
What,
off.
who said?
Terry. See,
I hate Harry Pothead?
No,
what are you pointing at?
Go up.
Oh, Miko's Southern magic be rubbing off on B. Now he's wearing the signature Southern hat.
Signature Southern hat.
My Southern... No, I had a Southern Baptist hat.
It looks better on me, right?
It does. Look, well, your head is 8 sizes smaller than mine. All hats. Like, hats look ridiculous on me, period. That's why I wear them for comedy.
I'm not trying to make it look ridiculous.
Well, I wear it specifically to be ridiculous. Like, that's the point of the show.
But you made me think that hat was ridiculous. Now I was
you look
feeling
sexy.
like I shouldn't wear it in public because...
No, you look sexy in the hat. I look ridiculous because it's 8... That hat is too small for my head. It doesn't fit. This one does only because it's a damn church hat made to fit over, to have birds and shit land on it. Southern women are ridiculous. Huh?
It's a Mary Poppins hat.
Whatever it is, it's stupid. And that's why I wear it, because I think it's ridiculous. Yes. That sounds like an Xavier knock. Come on in.
Come in.
There's something I need you to check out in the basement real fast.
Me?
Yeah.
Or Mom?
Either one.
All right, so we just got called away by our children to address something going on in the house. So while Miko's addressing that, I will put us back in our normal disposition here. And then when she gets back, we'll have the talk about, oh, for crying out loud, the stupid timer. Get out of here. When she gets back, we can get more into the discussion about, although she's kind of already given you guys the answer about attracting and keeping a gorgeous woman. We'll get back into that conversation when she returns. But anyway, thank you to everybody for being here. This is a great time for me to be able to hang and engage with all of you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for commenting. And thanks for making my beautiful lady feel so welcome here, man. I don't take that lightly. Now, what I'd like to do is figure out where my helicopter is. It's down there. Here we go. You guys like my new outfit? Look how sexy I am. I need to get in the sun so you guys can see me in the key light. You can see how a sexual man goes to work. It was funny, too, because Miko saw my character. He's like, damn, dude, you actually made him look like you. I've never seen you play a game where it looks that much like you. Like, what? So let me face the key light, and then I'll show you guys my key light's still kind of weak. But that's me. His hair is a little longer than mine because the hairstyle I have wasn't an option. I have, like, his hairstyle just shorter on the top, but that wasn't one of the things you could pick, so I got the guns matching, the shirt, pants. We're kicking ass. Let's go to work. This is what you guys missed, man. I couldn't sleep. I don't remember what night it was this weekend, but I had a little bit of insomnia. All for good reasons, by the way. Nothing bad was happening. It was actually for good reasons. I was amped up because good things were happening. And I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to sleep. Let's play some Ghost Recon, and let's not stream it. Let's just have a good time. And so I did. And I spent probably 2 hours. I think I played for about 2 hours. Off and on, because I was doing some market research while I was playing. I had other things going on. But like I just really, really developed a very strong affinity for this game. Like, I started to understand, like, it's a game where you got to build a relationship with it. It's complex. So you got to get to know it. You got to take it to dinner a couple of times. Figure out what it likes, what it doesn't like. Figure out what all of these daggone map markers on this freaking screen are. And then I started to realize, okay, this one's where I go to get my weapons. Check. This one's a side quest. Check. Like, once you start figuring out all of the information these things are giving you about, okay, I've been to this base, but I left behind weapon parts and I left behind a 1911. Right? So now I know if I want those things, and I left behind $1,000. So I could go there and get that from my, last known location, which is down here. Or my current known location, I guess is the proper way to say that. And so and really what I spend a lot of my time doing, if I can find one on screen here. Ooh, I can. wait, why is it only 1 point? Is this one weak? So what I've spent a lot of time doing is leveling up, per se, by going and fighting what's called behemoths. Right? And these behemoths are giant robots that they're basically the mini bosses of the game, but they're also a really easy way to get good weapons, good money, and either good weapons or gear, good money, and level up points that you use to give your character more abilities and whatnot. So I've spent most of my time in this game just doing that. It's basically the fastest way to level up. And the fights are not easy. They're not particularly hard, but they've got a complexity to them that's fun. Like, just running up and shooting the thing in the face will never work because it's too strong. You gotta massage it a little bit. You gotta learn the dance steps. Kind of like Dark Souls, but way less obtuse in that the things you've got to be good at are things that you would instinctually think about in a fight, which lets you kind of know why I don't like Dark Souls, because it's a fighting game for people where being good at it many times goes against your human instincts. So I'd say Bloodborne and Dark Souls are kind of like entrepreneur. They're like the entrepreneurship of video games. Getting really good requires you to get really good at intangible skills that you're not used to developing. Like sales. That is an extremely hard skill to develop and get really, really good at, because it takes an ungodly amount of self-awareness so that you can deploy the amount of selflessness you have to get people enthusiastic about things. So, anywho. Harley says, OB, I think you were right about working out before reading to help focus. Today, my roommate and I put up our TV on a wall mount and finished cleaning up from moving in, and I was able to sit down and read for about an hour and there you go. Yeah. Right. So the order, and you know, what I shared with you wasn't like some big secret. It's something fighters and warriors have known for thousands of years, is in order to get your head right, you got to get your body right first. Because your body is driving the train, bro. And so what most people do is I'm going to wake up and study my scriptures. Stop. Wake up and run really fast. It's like wake up and sprint for 2 minutes as fast as you can, then read your scriptures and tell me which reading session went better. And it's, you took care of your body first. Then you took care of your mind. Or I go body, spirit, then mind. That's kind of how I play it. Are we back, or do we need to?
No, we're good. I think we're good.
Okay. Was there a... hold on 1 second, gang. Turn the microphone back on now. Our house. Good news, everybody. Our house is not burning down.
It's not burning. What
Miko was responding to was a potential burn down, which good on the young man for staying calm.
Yeah.
In that type of situation, it's like, hey, Dad, house is on fire. Why don't we come? That dude's got ice in his veins, boy.
He's cool under pressure.
That is for sure.
That's my son.
What's that? Oh, damn, you're going to pull that card on me?
Calm under pressure. You just got my joke.
Wow.
I mean, it was a subtle little joke.
Damn,
you know?
that hurts.
I'm sorry.
Oh, like,
not really.
Deep cutting. Like,
Whatever.
are you saying I'm not good under pressure? Is
No,
that
I'm not
what
saying
you're trying to
it had
imply?
nothing to do with you. I just said it's my son, you know?
You didn't say that's my son. You said that's my son. You emphasized the my.
Because that's what you tell me all the time when he's messing up. You're like, that's your son. So that's what I said. That's my son.
Oh, okay. So I usually attribute his bad characteristics to you, and now you're saying now that he did something good. I got you.
That's my son.
I guess I can't take credit then. The guy who's actually been under fire, actual fire, he's not allowed to say nothing.
Saying though, I grew up in the hood. I was under fire.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, shoot.
That is true. There's no arguing that. Nah, but
Really?
you're definitely cool under pressure.
Did I disrupt the conversation?
Not at all.
What
The conversation was really
Were you
about
actually
waiting for you to
starting
come
to play
back.
the game?
I did.
Okay,
So I
good.
played. I can show you what we're doing, and then we'll go back to the combo, and then we'll go back to the game and the combo, and then I'll let you go to bed because I know it's getting late. So I was just flying the helicopter to our next location. You can kind of see what we're working with. Also trying not to get my helicopter blown up. Jesus Christ. Because if I fly too high, they're going to have surface-to-air missiles. They're going to pick me up immediately after I come across this. So it's like immediately once you get here, you got to get low. Or missiles will start shooting at you. So that's... Why wouldn't what do what now? Balance. That's in all helicopters. So it needs to go up, but you need a propeller, the lateral propeller, to make sure it goes up without. So you've got force moving in two different directions to keep it centered. If you just had the up one, it would be a bad day. And then we're going over here to this location. You see like how pretty the landscapes and stuff are?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Like artists, one of the things I love about video games when I'm not crapping all over them is like an artist had to come up with, because this we see, there's the damn missiles. They're coming. Artists had to come up with this stuff, and this is a fictitious world, so it's not like this is Ireland. This is a world they've made up, and so somebody had to have the thinking brain to come in here and figure out, okay, there's gonna be a valley here, and I appreciate that because. Like, this is real art. Like, someone had to come up with something that didn't exist and make it exist and make it playable and make it, like, the amount of effort that goes into these games to make them great is so crazy to me. And that's why I appreciate the art form so much.
It's an interesting arena because you have this wall that's surrounding the area, but it's all this different terrain in one.
Yep. We hop off the helicopter. And I'm going to show you real quick. The lady I've been calling you. Let me show her to you so you can see her actually in battle.
I wonder if they...
Oh,
that
are you
before
kidding me
they're
right
on
now?
purpose. What?
Fart knockers. It probably is still in the mode that I did with... Yep, see? Freaking bastards.
You didn't bring your team back?
What is this? See, this is what I hate about modern video games. Like, I gotta sign a freaking non-disclosure agreement or whatever the hell. Like, just let me play my game. I don't give a shit about any of this.
Non-disclosure agreement?
I'm exaggerating.
Like, really?
There
Oh,
you
there
are.
you go.
There's you. And then I turned... That was a guy,
Fix it.
but he sucks so bad. I was like, maybe if he's a woman, he'll be better. So I was like, I can't take him anymore. And then you
So there's
are...
your
Here.
team.
Here's you.
Good.
Ooh,
Let's get to it.
Fury, I like that name.
Fury, yeah. She's got a dope-ass name.
What's that?
So I'm trying to get her to stop moving around so you can see her, but she is a go-getter, man. She's not having it. She's well chased like you.
Well chased.
Chased, like pursued.
Ah,
Sought after.
I see. I had to make sure I was understanding the context.
I got
of
you.
it.
And see, now we're going to shoot some bad guys.
Copy, boss. Moving.
You can't hear
That's
what
okay.
she's saying. So I just lit up the target and she said, copy, boss.
Got that hostile.
Okay.
We're good, boss.
And then she just said, we're good, boss. And because she just killed the two guys. Or she killed one of them and then Vasily killed the other one. So I love her because she's no nonsense and she's a very good teammate. A lot like you. I don't know.
Jolly said, what is today's topic be?
Jolly's impatient ass.
Yeah, he said, forget about this game. Stop playing the game and keep talking.
Well, the problem is Jolly thinks he's going to get some, and this is the problem with a lot of...
Did you just die? Oh.
No, I hid in the grass so we wouldn't die. Like Jolly thinks there's going to be some magical thing we're going to reveal tonight because of the title.
Ah.
Nope, she already answered the question, Jolly. That's what you don't realize is all of you in your lives think what you want is more complex than it is when it's really just very, very hard is the answer. But the topic tonight, and let me stop fucking with Jolly because what he's actually trying to do is be a good teammate and remind me that we have an audience to talk to. So I'll take my jokey hat off and actually talk to you guys like people. So the topic tonight was something I actually did it just kind of joking around, believe it or not, just to say, you know, how does a hot woman tell an audience how to attract and keep her? Right? And so I played with the title like 6 different times to say it a bunch of different ways. The first one I came up with was less sexist, you know, because some people take offense to the idea of being hot. or whatever. But
So let's get serious, glasses.
the thought process was more along the lines of, you know, what are the qualities that made someone like you want to be around? It doesn't have to be about me, but like, what is it that that drew you to me? What are the things that kept you with someone like me? So we've been together almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? And I would say happily together. Right? We've had challenges, we've had hard times and things like that, but at the end of it, we still like to hang out with each other. We make it a point to hang out with each other because we enjoy each other's and I think I enjoy your company more than you enjoy mine. I really do believe that. Just because I think you're more emotionally self-sufficient than me. So like, I call you a lot when you're away from home for hours at a time because you're missed more than I would be missed. Right?
I guess I miss you. I just don't know how. I'm not always good at communicating that kind of thing.
I think you communicate greatly. I'm just saying I think it's a more, like, I'm not saying you don't enjoy being around me.
No.
I just think that it definitely, it feels as though like I would be more distraught spending several hours away from you than you would from me because you're more self-reliant and self-sufficient than I am emotionally. Is more what I'm saying. Okay. But anyway, what are the things? And we could totally flip this around the other way because there's women here too. I don't want to just be respectful to the guys, and there's others here that don't identify as either. Well, given the audience we have tonight, there's probably not very many, if any, transgender folks or non-binary folks. But if there are, welcome. Thanks for being here. But what are the characteristics that attract you to a man? What are the characteristics that make you want to be around a person? What is the thing that says, you know what? I think I'd like to hang out with that guy or that lady for the rest of my existence.
I don't think there's like one thing you can pinpoint about that. It's going to be like a combination of things, but for you, one of the things I find most endearing and is just that how you care for me, like how you express concern, and like I noticed over the course of our marriage, from like being newlyweds to now, you're way more attentive and empathetic. When we first got married, you would be like, oh yeah, damn, I'm still getting used to having another person with me. Like if we were walking through the mall or whatever, your stride would be really fast. I'm like, short legs, wait up. That kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so, the effort that you always make, and I see it, is one of the things I think that's helped with the longevity of our relationship, because I feel like you're meeting me with that. With whatever effort I make, I feel like you meet me with yours. Okay. So I don't think it's just like one-sided, and reciprocity in a relationship is really important. Yeah. Yeah. So no one wants to feel like they're carrying the whole weight of the relationship, and that every part of the relationship is just solely on them and what they do or don't do. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, I mean, I think the initial meeting and attraction, that's the easy part. But maintaining a relationship for years and sustaining it through hard times and not just good times, that's more challenging. Right.
And like the gift that I want to give away to people is this idea, everybody told me before marriage and before relationships, like when you're observing other people living their lives and having their relationships, there's this kind of stigma or stereotype that surrounds relationships where it's, by this point in the relationship, like I remember I actually talked to a woman when I was deployed about this. And I remember you and I had only been married at that point.
Not long.
For
a few months.
I'm trying to think. At that point, no, matter of fact, we weren't married yet. That was my first deployment.
Oh, first deployment, okay.
Right, so it was prior to marriage. We were together, but we weren't married yet. And I remember this woman, another soldier who I was working with, not in the combat stuff, because we were back in the headquarters area. Otherwise, I typically wouldn't be around women. But she was saying, She's like, just be aware, year 2. She was talking about year 2 of your marriage is where everything gets stale. Because, like, he's boring. I make him bored. And I never thought, oh my God, I now need to be afraid of year 2. I just thought, oh, how miserable is it that that's how you feel about something that I, at the time, saw as much more precious. Right? And one of the things that really, and I don't think I knew this. If you ask me 20 years ago when we met each other to articulate this, I couldn't say it, but after 20 years of being with you, I can say this easily. One of the things that's very attractive about you is there is one very specific personality trait that we share, like, equally. And it's where my joke, America's Next Top Martyr, comes from. Right? So it's like we're always trying to be the one who gives more. And what I mean is we both have the personality that in our relationships, we always want to be the 51 to the 49. Always. Like, I always want to give you more than I ever take away from you. And I don't mean take. I always want to give you more than the value that's coming back to me. And that's the way I've always been with customers. That's why it's one of the reasons I'm great at sales and suck at it at the same time. Is because I always want the customer to walk away like, man, I just fucking robbed this guy. Like, there's literally people who have sent me emails, shit that I've done in the past, like completely manipulative shit, where they're like, dude, do you realize, like, I just got complete access to your what's it called program because of this link? And what that person doesn't realize is I'm the one that dropped the link. And they're thinking they got over on me when it's like, I just gave you the keys to the kingdom because I knew the person, and I knew that if they were given an opportunity, they would kill and pay it forward. Like, we're always the person who wants to give more than the other person is giving. And I don't meet other people like that. That's rare. You know, my mom is like that. Yeah. Dad was like that when he was alive. But, you know, my brother's like, we're like, you are like that. Like, to a flaw where I've had to say, stop giving so damn much. But it's what makes you so sought after and attractive. And I don't mean physically pretty. Obviously, you're gorgeous. That's obvious. But I mean, attraction is more than just being looking away. It's being drawn to a human being. You have a magnetic gravitas. That's beauty for sure is the first thing. But I remember even when I first saw it, it was like, oh yeah, she looks exactly like the prototype of the gorgeous woman who I want. And who cares? Like, I want to get to know the human that's in there. Because I learned early in my life that you could be with people who are really pretty, but they suck as human beings.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? Yeah. So that's the thing that, so for you it sounds like a similar thing, the willingness to give of myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Because
I always wanted you to have all of me, and then if I could die and resurrect and give you a little bit more before I got off the planet, then I win. Like, that's kind of how I see the game.
So sweet.
You know, because but it's not just sweet. It's also because I've been a piece of shit and I've been selfish, and I don't want to be those things. Yeah. I want to be for you, not all of the terrible. Terrible. You know, it's relative, but in my eyes, the terrible shit that I have in me, I want that not to be what you see.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I always want you to see the best part of me, although I know that you love me even
of course.
When I'm at my worst. So
your worst.
I'm just saying, it's true.
Your worst is like Jesus on a bad day.
Whatever. That's not true. That's not true.
Like Jesus when he didn't feel like healing. Fuck those guys. I'm not healing anybody today. I'm playing PlayStation. That's your worst.
Check your comments.
Let's check the comments.
People are saying something. I don't know what they're saying. I can't see everybody.
Uh-oh. Shannon had to leave.
She did. Bye, Shannon.
Yeah, she's early to bed, early to rise. Actually, God love her. The fact that she was up with us this late. God bless her soul. And she's on bed rest too. That's all right. She got injured. Okay. It's not a mystery. She was posting pictures of it on the damn Discord earlier, so it's not private. Let's see.
Oh no, she's back. There she is.
Oh, Shannon is. What up, Shannon? We're telling everybody your business. Jolly says, "Oh, she just awesome." Yeah, that's easy enough. Yeah, and sadly, Jolly's joking, but it's the truth. Like, to attract somebody amazing, like attracts like, right? But then, so there's two things with that. You've got to do the hard work of becoming amazing, which you could totally do and are doing. The flip side is then you've also got to find somebody who's committed to the same thing, and that's the hard part. What I can't tell you in this lesson is, how do you structure a life that makes these two people run into each other so that this thing can build? Like circumstantially, I am very fortunate that I ended up in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, when I did, so that I could meet your cousin, who can eventually enter. Because seriously, I was not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about all the events that led to us meeting, I can name a bunch of them that weren't supposed to happen. My orders to go to Fort Sill at that point were wrong. I was supposed to go earlier, and then they pushed it back, and then I was supposed to go later. And it was like, well, he's not ready yet because blah, blah, blah. Let's push his time back. So I was supposed to be getting to Fort Sill at the time I left.
Wow.
So I would have been a whole 6 months behind. There's a chance I probably don't also get stationed at Benning. And then me and Vias don't ever become the dynamic duo or trio, Rob too. Like me, Rob, and Vias were inseparable.
Yeah.
And Brandon too. So it was like, those are the things you think about.
That's true.
Like, damn, we could have. That's the part of life I can't teach you how to orchestrate, is the wheel of time doing what it does, or the wheel of fate, whatever they call it. Because there was a really good chance that Fort Sill was going to happen. The timing was up in the air because I ended up having to do, because I was scholarship for my first 4 years of school, but I had to pay for my last year, and I had to pay rent, so I had to work and go to school, and I still had to train. Yeah. It's like when I hear people tell these grinding stories, man, I had to work to put myself through school. Well, that wasn't my story the first 4 years because I was on a scholarship. But my last year, I was paying rent, going to a job. I was coaching, actual coaching, not this internet horse shit that they call coaching. Like actually coaching people. And then working and then going to school.
Right.
So there's a good chance that we don't run into each other. But I think you're right. Like, being attracted to you is easy because you're such an amazing person who also happens to be gorgeous.
Same for you.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
All right, so it's easy, guys.
Mushy.
Become gorgeous and then be awesome. Questions?
No, let's see. What are they saying now here? I mean, I can say yes to a woman that's interested in me, but she has like 5 kids.
I'm way behind you. I'm still on.
Up top. Think about how I miss these sorts of conversations with friends. Been a while since I've done that.
Yeah, Jolly makes a good point. He's laughing that you said meeting and attraction is the easy part. And sadly, that was true when we were coming up because we didn't have Tinder and all this other craziness. Like, the paradox of choice that humans have to be dealing with now. Mm-hmm. Like, in our upbringing, you met the people you met. There was no social media. There was no, well, let me hold out and meet somebody better. It's like, listen, this chick is amazing. Let's hop on this train now. I didn't have an app where I could swipe through 400 women and be like, well, which one? Like, it's a very different world that I'm learning. And really a lot of what this show helps me with is it exposes me to people who, our life has been nowhere near normal.
Right.
We both come from very unique family situations, abandonment, then the military, then you went into, a career of, I mean, you could call that a ministry, but what that really was what's the right term for, like, life improvement, personal development stuff. Like, those are hard fields to be in.
It is. We have a really good question from Ethan.
Hold on, I want to make sure I'm going in order. And
okay.
I will definitely get to Ethan's.
Skip down.
Or actually, you know what? No, you're fine. You're totally fine. Let's jump to Ethan since it caught your eye. B, you said the other day your secret talent was being unapologetically yourself. Have you two always been like that, like when you first met?
I think we've both done our best to be ourselves from the beginning, but I think the point that Brian was just making, when you have like different things that have happened in your past and you have your guard up, and sometimes it's challenging to know when it's safe to let people in further into your life, into your heart, and to be more vulnerable with them. But one of the things that made that easier for me with him was his honesty and authenticity about, one, not just the things that he was good at, but about his struggles and the areas where his imperfections were. So I felt going in that what I see was what I got. I didn't feel like there was any pretense.
Right.
And
you weren't going to put the ring on and then all of a sudden here's my harem of hookers
right,
that I keep in the backyard.
I mean, I laugh.
In my cocaine farm in Peru.
Yeah. And I think, but you have to understand too, when you meet people, there are also times when you meet a person and they may have like hurts or challenges that they face in their past, and they are still working through it and haven't dealt with it. And so their level of self-awareness about things may not be complete. And so it's not that they're intentionally trying to deceive you or being inauthentic in a way. It's just that being in a relationship helps you to see things about yourself that you may not have realized before. And that's the part that I think where a lot of people end up, their relationships don't last, is because when you start discovering those things about yourself through the relationship, it's whether or not the other person is willing to continue to grow with you on that. And for you yourself, if you're willing to actually own up to it, accept that awareness that you're gaining, and grow from it, and continue to try to be a good person and be an authentic person for your person that you're with. And I always felt like you were willing to do that. And so even when things got challenging on both sides, I think one of the things that's helped us over the years is that we both knew that the other person was willing to do the work to continue to grow and to give that extra percentage of themselves to make the other person happy.
Yeah.
And also realizing that some of the work that needed to be done was for us as individuals, because there's no way you can be true and authentic and good for a person that you're with if you're not first true and authentic to yourself.
Yeah, if you're lying to you.
Yep.
Woo.
Yep. So.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a great question.
That was a good question.
I don't know that I have anything different. I guess for me, being a man, first of all, and being a large man, secondly, I mean, there's obvious reasons why being myself is probably a little bit easier for me. I'd answer the question this way. I am unapologetically myself with people that I feel I can trust emotionally. Not like, can I trust you to do the right thing, but like people who I can trust. Like one of the quotes I have that I've kind of worked with more recently is, because people, in what I do on the internet, people are like, yo, B, you speak the truth. It's like, no, I don't. My quote is, I don't speak the truth in mixed company because it's dangerous. And so, no, in a lot of social situations, I'm not all myself because I don't know who I'm dealing with, and I don't know that I can trust a person to accept my whole self and my beliefs and my values. So I do filter a bit, but when I'm with people that I can trust, like her, she's going to get all of the real me. There's no pretense. There's nothing to hide because I can be vulnerable and figuratively naked. I guess literally naked in front of you too. But figuratively, to be able to stand naked in front of somebody and not feel condemned. That's really true love. So with her, yes. In fact, with her, because I was wildly attracted to you when I first met you, I was actually a little over the top myself because I respected you so much that I was like, if she's actually going to like me, she's got to like the real dude. She can't like the dude who's charming and bullshitty up front. Like, I'm just gonna be all me, like even the me that is like, because I was more corny with you, because the real me, I can be funny, but sometimes I'm a little bit just silly and corny. And that was like my first interaction with you was let her see my more playful. Because I'm playful most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm a funny dude.
And I
Which
can be
doesn't
pretty-
usually come across on camera.
I can be
except
pretty
on this show.
serious most of the time. Like I'm pretty. I can be pretty serious.
But we both can.
Yeah.
Because we've been through serious stuff.
Yeah.
Like that makes you a serious, like, but that's why I hate social media because it's too damn playful. It's like, damn, dude, at some point, read a book. Shit, how much dopamine do you need? Right? But, yeah, no, to answer the question, these days, yes, I'm unapologetically myself, which is why I limit how much of myself is out in the world. Right? Because, like if you look at what I was doing even on YouTube, even 5 years ago, I was very much not myself. Because I didn't really know how to, I filtered myself a lot. Because it was like, I don't know how the world is going to react to me being all of myself. And over time, you guys have gotten to know a little bit more about me as I've felt more comfortable in this space.
Mm-hmm.
But with her, absolutely, was 100% unapologetically me. Because I knew if me and her were going to have a thing, if that was to be anything, which at that point I didn't know. But it was like, she's got to like the dude that I'm going to be every day.
Right.
So it's a risk. Like, because I could have gotten a woman who's more superficial, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. There's just people who are more superficial and need things to look a certain way and would have seen me be that guy like, oh, he's immature, would have been her judgment. And she would have been like, I don't mess with this guy. But I needed a woman who's going to love me to know, yeah, sometimes he's immature and he's going to make jokes out of everything. Like nothing. We've had family members die and I got jokes within the hour.
Yep.
Like, because that's how I process pain through humor. That's my way. So, like, when my dad died, no bullshit, I wrote the speech because I was closing the funeral. Like, my speech was endearing and people were crying. My brother wrote a comedy set.
He did.
And I was like, why didn't you close the funeral, bro? Like, why am I closing? Like, you should have closed. Like, every joke hit. He had props. It's just the family I come from. So, yeah. Great question, man. What else is going on up in here?
Good questions. They're so funny, though.
Oh, but dang, I'm way behind.
You are. You're way behind.
Everybody's down here doing their thing. All right.
You can totally tell.
Jolly said, keep working out, and then I get super sexy and everything gets easy. It certainly will get, yeah, be sexy and have money. It makes it easier. You know, I look good, and I've, you know, I wasn't broke when she met me.
No,
I actually made a lot of money for what I did.
We've both been through some looks that probably weren't our best over the years too.
Oh, I'm sure the perm.
Experimenting with stuff.
Everybody made fun of me for looking. I actually, like, it's funny because people would make fun of me for looking like that, but I liked it. So it was like,
I don't care what you say.
it was like, it didn't hurt my
yeah.
feelings. It's like, okay, I get that you think this looks terrible and it's hilarious to you, but I look at it and it's pleasing to me. So it's like, all right, have your fun making fun of it. Like, I think for the joke to be funny, there has to be some part of me that's upset about it. But it's like, have your fun. I thought I looked dope. If you disagree, go nuts. That's fine. Shannon says, yeah, I've been married too long. Facebook came out after I got the husband. Dude, I couldn't have dated during the social media era. I'd be such a stripper.
Yeah, that's silly. That's what some of they were sharing some stories about, like meeting crazy people on Tinder.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I don't have the social patience. You know, and that's kind of like when someone was asking, like, realistically, some of the advice I will give you about meeting people is start from inside your circle, not out. The problem with apps, and I'll use a business analogy to make this point, and one of the reasons why she and I work so well together is we both come from the same circle. I'll explain. When you go on that app, you're going outside your circle. And in business, that's called cold selling. I'm going to try to get someone who's never heard of me. I don't know anything about them or their sensibilities or anything. And we're going to try to make something work. Good freaking luck, given all of the complexities of human psychology and emotion. All right?
Yeah.
When you start inside your circle, the one thing you can't get wrong in a relationship, and I don't care if it's a business relationship, a marriage, a relationship, period. The one thing you cannot fail at is both of the people, or however many people are involved in the relationship, have to share either the same values or similar enough values for there not to be conflict at the human spiritual bedrock of who you are level. Okay? So when you start trying to hook up with someone who has completely different values than you, you're going to have problems. Right? All right. So with apps, that makes it abundantly more difficult because you don't know anything about this person except what they wrote on their profile.
Right.
I met her not only through a friend, through a guy who to this day I consider a brother of mine. Like family. I am the godfather to his kids. He's the godfather to a bunch of mine. Right? So and by the way, he's family with her. So I know the roots that she comes from. I know the values she was raised with. So when you start inside your own circle and stop trying to cold sell, because think about it, if I went to the internet and tried to sell game therapy to a bunch of people who's never heard of it, and think about how would you explain game therapy to somebody? It's so silly, like even explaining what it is hard. There's no way you're going to attract it, but it takes, most people come to game therapy because they found me somewhere else doing something that's way easier, to figure out. But yeah, like in terms of finding people, I would tell you, we have not joked about arranging marriages for our kids, but it's jokes, but it's not. It's like there's value in having a hand in helping people meet each other that are cut from the same cloth. And what you're finding in a lot of your conflicts in your relationships, it's not attractiveness. It's not that you can't really get along. It's that your values are completely different. So, practical example, take somebody who's off the charts extrovert, this guy, all right? Pair them with somebody who is off the charts neurotic. Then move over to their agreeableness feature and look at flexibility. Let's say the max extrovert is a 5 out of 5 on flexibility. It's not far off from the truth. The max neurotic, or what people now call introverts, is a 1 out of 5 in flexibility. That relationship is going to end in burning flames because you have a person who is the opposite of the other person psychologically, and one of them is completely inflexible, which means they're not going to change. They're not going to see the flaws and they're not going to see the merit in being different. They're just who they are, and that's who they're going to be. They need to be with someone who's more like them. None of this is exactly scientific. It's anecdotal evidence based upon years of study that I've done with some of these psychological tests, working with people and observing my own lives in the marriages of people who I've helped and we've helped. But if you take that 5 out of 5 in agreeableness, you've got something there, because the agreeable person is going to be adaptable, right? Like I have had to work in places where everybody is just an off the charts neurotic. Right, but because I'm super flexible, meaning adaptable, I can go in there and make the adjustments. But in a relationship, if you got to be honest with yourself. If you know you're not a flexible person and you're completely different from this other human psychologically, guarantee you're going to have differing values. Right? That's, by the way, if you want evidence of this, just look at all the stupid people in our country who have chosen Fox News or CNN as their news source, and then they're yelling at each other. That's people who are high in openness to experience, CNN. That's people who are high in conscientiousness, Fox News, and neither one of them are fucking agreeable. So they scream dumb shit at each other, not realizing that they're both saying the same thing from different sides of a coin, right? And they're usually silly enough to think there's only two sides to the coin. That's what I mean. Those two groups, those extreme groups of people are never going to get along, so they shouldn't be married. All right, let's see. Shannon says, no ring until you can actually be yourself and be around the other person's realness and their family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you can't fart in front of your significant other, you're not ready. You're just not ready. And if they won't let you fart in front of them, run.
But don't fart on the first date. Yeah.
No, I mean, don't go in farting. I'm saying if you haven't grown the relationship to the point where a fart doesn't end in an argument.
Right.
Like, yeah, obviously you don't fart on the first date. Damn. Have some mystique. Lie a little bit. Make her think this is going to be fun for the next eternity.
See?
Lie a little bit. Oh, God.
You know, because you made me think that you could, like, really dance. As you did your little shake dance.
I can dance.
You can dance, but then when I took you to the salsa class, you were like, "Forget this,
Okay.
I'm not doing." I know, but the lady,
All
the old lady was molesting you in your defense.
No. Not about the old lady molesting me. It was actually the opposite of what you think.
Oh.
I can dance. What you didn't factor in when you took me to salsa lessons was I spent 15 years learning how to dance on the 2 and the 4.
Oh, it's different. Yeah, I had no.
Salsa's on the 1 and the 3. So
I
it was
no
literally
idea
you took a
about
person who
1 and 3,
learned
2 and 4.
Spanish their whole life, and then you just threw Mandarin at them and said, "Go!" It's like, oh shit, I can't do this.
I think I'm constantly disrupting you.
Like, this doesn't compute to my brain. It's like the same thing we joke on the show about me hating. Here, I always love to have visual aids for my anecdotes. Me hating. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Me hating this Bloodborne game. It's really just because I learned how to fight in real life, and this game makes you do it exactly the opposite of how you would do it in real life. So I hate the game.
Complain about another game that did that
all of
too.
them.
You were like,
All
"That's
video
so
games are made by nerds.
unrealistic."
So why would they know what fighting is? None of them do. I mean, this game we're playing now actually does a really good job, but it's obvious the language they hire legit military consultants to come in and help with this stuff because they even have the language right in this game. I was like, holy shit, that sounded like something I've actually said. Let's see. Jacob B. Pert, who's related to Neil Peart, the drummer from Rush, may he rest in peace, says, hey everyone, good to see you back, Bryant. Hello to the missus as well. Yes. I was scared I was going to miss the stream because I was at work. I feel you, man. We're glad you made it. Terry says, I thought you wanted to be naked 24/7, B. I do, but you don't want me to be, which is why I wear clothes. Me wearing clothes is for y'all's sake, not mine.
No,
Yeah, Shannon says, that's true. I do the same thing. I'm on my guard with people I don't know. But people I do know. And I had to learn that. Like, I used to be 100% myself with everybody. And then I read How to Win Friends and Influence People, which should be translated, you need to get good at lying because people are stupid, is what that book should be called. And if you think I'm hating on the book, I'm not. I have a ripped up copy with a lot of highlights.
very well read copy.
Yeah, I've read it a lot because I had to learn how to deal with the fucking apes on this planet. Of which apparently I'm one. I'm still having trouble accepting that.
You still reading comments?
Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up. Terry says maturity is overrated. Oh, that's false and true at the same time. Good one, Terry. Mm-hmm. We need people to embrace their inner child more. Yes. Yes. And embrace the part that's honest. Not the one that lies about the cookie jar because you're scared.
Not the Johnny side.
The one that comes in my office earlier today. I'm so proud of your son. Your son. Comes in here. He's like, hey, Dad, earlier today when you disciplined us for the mess up that Chris had, he's like, for real, I was part of the problem too. He's like, I could have done better. I should have walked away instead of trying to force him to do the right thing because he's like, Dad, that's what led to him screaming.
That's why I love that kid.
I said, bro, that's some real man shit you just pulled. I said, you didn't have to tell me any of that. I said, you know how much integrity it takes to come tell a man you messed up? I was ready to walk away assuming you didn't do... Well, I assumed he did something wrong because he was there. But I didn't think he was actually the problem. He's like, Dad, yeah, actually, the whole problem's actually on me. That's why I didn't push back when you made all of us do the push-ups. I said, well, you weren't going to push back anyway because your ass was going to do the damn push-ups. But I appreciate your honesty. And I said, see, that's why I'm so hard on you. Because you are good. If you were a piece of crap, I'd be way easier on you. But I said, keep being this guy. The world needs you.
I'm glad he did that.
Yeah, I was super proud of him. Super proud of him. I thought I saw a comment from Patrick, too, a minute ago, but then the comments went so fast I wanted to shout him out, too. If you're still here, homie, good to see you, brother. We love you, man. Let's see. Shannon says, didn't know my husband, met at a club, and thought he was going to kidnap me. I got lucky. So he did kidnap you, and he just happened to be a good dude, or he didn't kidnap you? Because they're married now. Maybe he kidnapped her. Do I need to?
No. She said.
Put your address in the comments.
No.
Don't put your address in the comments. Don't do that.
She said that they ended up talking more.
Yeah, her husband is cool as hell.
Is he?
Like, and he's a person. I know just the nature of life. The four of us, will end up at some point in a place together. You're really gonna like both of them. Good people. Turboland says, I explain game therapy a lot. Well, help me explain it, please. How do you tell? Like, for real. How do you guys talk about game therapy? That would be so helpful to me. Also, I wrote a message to Shannon earlier today that I hope she makes some time to answer because I know it's a lot. But I'll pose the question to you guys too. A lot of people have been on my case to bring back my podcast. And it's not that I'm not doing it. I actually am still making things for it. I'm at a place where, and you guys can help me with this, and Miko, you can chime in too. Mm-hmm. I'm at a place where I feel like I've said all the things that need to be said. And I'm very much a minimalist guy that doesn't do things just for the fun of it or for superfluous reasons. Like, I'm here to meet needs, make sure people are squared away, pop smoke, and get out. And people are saying, B, we miss you. And part of me is like, okay, respect. First of all, thank you. I'm glad you listened, and I'm glad you liked it. What is it that you're getting out of the show that's great enough for you to want it to come back? That's my first question. And secondly, I love the laugh right on cue. Like,
I was actually laughing at the Shannon.
like nobody loves your podcast. Secondly, which is a fine answer too if you hate it. Secondly, what and you don't have to answer this here because maybe you need some time to think about it. If you want to answer here, that's fine too. But here or on Discord, or you can email me, however you get in touch. Like, what are the things you would like me to talk about? Because I get to a point where I have made no less than probably 3,000 pieces of content that the internet now has. I've said all the things. What are the things you guys still need me to say? Because that's, honestly, everyone's like, B, where's your podcast? I don't have anything else to talk about, other than, I have things that I could do, but to me, they would be unnecessary. Right? But the show is about y'all. So y'all help me understand what you need. And remember, you're talking to a minimalist, not a guy who shops at fucking Saks Fifth Avenue and buys $700 shoes because he's stupid. Like, I'm not that dude. Mm-hmm. Like, I meet needs, I pop smoke and get out. What are your needs? That's how you can get the podcast back. What do you need me to talk about? Now, I have some ideas, too, and things that I'm working on, but for me, they're not really hitting the mark, so I haven't pulled the trigger. But if I had regular feedback from y'all that says, B, I could really use help in fill-in-the-blank thing in my life, business, or relationships, or otherwise, that would be uniquely helpful to me making the content that you want to hear. So, thank you. I'm glad I remembered to say that because that was one of the main things I wanted to say tonight, and I had totally forgotten.
I'm glad you got a chance to say it too.
Shannon says, go in farting. That would work on you, Shannon. But you got to remember, Shannon, you're not a typical lady. At least if I'm judging you against the ones I've met.
Someone needs to tell Miko that Brian threatened to take her mom to military school. he threatens to send everybody to military school. He's been telling the kids to get a job since they were like born. 3 months.
Before they could talk.
Yeah. And also he threatens the kids to tell them they're going to sleep on the porch when they start acting a fool. So,
no, the porch is too good for them. They're sleeping under the porch.
Under the porch.
On the walkout basement. You're sleeping under the porch. You're sleeping under the deck. Get out of here.
He could have a show just like
privileged ass. Like, y'all have a walkout basement, you privileged ass kids. Get out of here. Go build something.
So whatever. He said a lot of stuff worse than threatening to send mom to military school.
I'd forgotten about that. See, that's the cool part of having a show is they all remind me of stuff I said. I was like, oh, I said that? That was pretty good. I remember saying it. Let's see. Message unclear. Sharded on the first date. Oh, no, not the first one. Because you can't get away from a shark. That's going to follow you.
Yeah,
That's going to follow you. Let's see. Pert says, now we finally caught up. Fist bump. I sucked it. Like, we forgot. You got to hold Bob Ross while we're talking.
Oh, we do? Why do I have to hold Bob Ross?
Because he's one of our showmates.
Okay.
I mean, if you want me to hold him, I will.
I got
Yeah.
Hold on, Bob, for a minute, because I'm going to bed.
I know you got to go to bed. I've kept you too
I
long.
got to get up early.
Jacob sucked at lying growing up because I would smile when I thought I got away with it and just get in more trouble.
That's me. I'm bad, too.
And I gave
I
up
can't
lying at an
lie.
early age because I tried it once and mom was like, word, that's the best. She's like, never lie. You're the worst. I was like, and that's the other thing that's one of the things like in the column of what makes B great at things like sales. He can't lie. Put that in the suck column. Like, I can't lie to people about how great something's going to be in their life. And to be good at sales, you have to be able to, oh, man, you have to get people enthusiastic. And, like, I'm a football player. If I got to get you hyped up before the game, fuck you. I don't want you on my team. So, I'm telling you the truth. You know what's funny, though, is the other, like, one of my favorite people in the world. Let's put him on camera. That dude right up there at the top of the camera, he was like that, too. Like, he would do beer commercials. He'd be like, yeah, it's all right. Like, he'd never be like, this is the greatest beer ever. He's like, it's all right beer. You should try it. Like, just be honest. That's, like, you know, everything's about hyperbole nowadays. So you have to lie about everything to get people excited because everybody has too many things. Everybody's life is amazing. So now you have to sell them more amazing.
Yeah, more amazing than we know. What does Jacob say? No, Ethan.
Ethan
asked a
says,
question.
what are the biggest influences you have made on each other? Ooh,
And what
it's an easy one
have
for me to answer.
you learned from the other spouse?
Floor is yours.
The floor is mine. Oh gosh. One of the biggest influences Bryant has had on me is just letting me know that it's okay to be selfish sometimes. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but like I will you know, I'll overextend myself for the people that I care about.
Mm-hmm.
And then feel guilty if I take 5 minutes to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just it's learned coping behavior from trauma when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, being a people pleaser and feeling like if I don't do those things, you know, having that insecurity in the back of my mind that if I'm not pleasing to the people that I love and care about, then they're not going to love me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like that relationships would be conditional on that. And so I was really, really hard on myself about just going to my own detriment. And learning, he taught me that it's okay to, not just that it's okay to say no, but it's okay to just like put myself first at times. And that like taking care of myself is nothing that I should ever be ashamed of or feel guilty about, or you know, or that I should allow anyone else to make me feel guilty about. Not that I have a lot of people in my life who would do that. Most of my friends agree with him about that thing about, you know, that I have done to myself over the years. It's mostly just me being hard on myself and the self-inflicted kind of pain or whatever, feeling like I have to do these things and when I really don't. So Brian's been a really great source of just encouragement that it's okay to take the time that I need for me, and I appreciate that. And I've also learned from you not to take everything so seriously like all the time. So, you know, that's been really important. Like, you are good about enjoying your inner child and embracing your inner child, and I think I've been 55 since I came out of the womb, and so I didn't know what being an inner child was.
Well, because you had to be we're both similar in that regard, just in different ways. You had to be the adult of your family physically. I had to be the adult of my family emotionally.
Well, emotionally and physically.
I never had the physical part. That's what I'm saying. I still technically had some childhood, even though I had to raise a parent.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's definitely relatable. And well, thank you. That blesses me more than you probably realize to hear. You know, what you've given me is easy.
I feel like I
Because
don't pay you enough compliments sometimes.
do you feel that way?
I think I need to pay you more compliments.
Is your fear that it'll go to my head? Is that why you hold it back?
No, I don't hold them back on purpose.
Okay.
I need to.
I'm not
open.
assuming that. I'm
No,
not
I just feel
suggesting that you're holding them back. I'm
Yeah,
just
no, I
asking.
was thinking about this last week. I feel like I need to be more open with you about my feelings and you know the good and the fact that I think you're sexy and all that stuff. Just
Ooh, I'm
tell you
sexy.
everything. So
A sexy lady called me sexy.
whatever.
Now it's gonna go to my head. That's over. I'm gonna be in here with my shirt off and
You
oiled
really
up
gonna
on
be
every
able-
show.
Oh, no,
Just
don't do
oily.
that. Never mind.
Like, I'm sexy, yo. It's official.
You're too sexy for your shirt.
Right. They'll be like, dude, please put the fucking
Bob,
shirt
tell
back
him,
on.
don't
We
do
see
it.
you have a chest. It's not sexy anymore. It's too much of it. Because that's what the lady who was molesting me at the dance, use this big chest of yours. I'm like, babe, the old white lady's grabbing my boobs. What do we do? I don't know how to. Is this sexual abuse?
Y'all, he was mad because the other instructor was a guy, but he was young and Latin. And
No, I wasn't mad at all.
You were looking at me like, save me, get me away from this
Well,
woman.
no, it was because I wanted to switch with you, but then I realized I wanted to switch. I was like, let me dance with the dude. I'll dance with the gay guy.
I thought you wanted to dance with me. You wanted to dance
I
with
did.
him.
I was
I'm
mad as
just
shit
kidding.
because I was angry because I didn't want it. They didn't let me dance with you. I was envious because you got the gay guy and I got the molesting woman, and I would have rather danced with the gay dude because I just could be more comfortable with the dude who's not faking. Like, this lady clearly wants to touch me.
Oh, she was having a good old time with your sexy ass. She was like,
Because I felt like at least the gay guy would, if he
Gosh,
wanted to touch me, would at least be respectful about it.
my
Like, she
God.
was all up on me. It's like, I've been violated up at this joint.
What'd they say, Miko? Oh.
Oh, Ursula's back. Oh, he says she's Bob Ross's relative, just like Chin. So I'll show you what that's from so you can laugh. You've heard that. So the video that Terry's referencing, you have heard no less than probably 30 times in our bed while you were sleeping. Because I was watching Angry Video Game Nerd.
If my hair was curly, I'd really look like I was related to Bob Ross.
Oh, for sure. So the thing you gave me to close that question out, and then we'll let you go to bed on that one. Or I'll make sure there's no other questions specifically for you in the comments. Then we'll close.
All right.
Is you taught me how to love myself. Because I never knew. And the way you taught me was leading by example. I knew how to die for people. I knew how to give every bit of what I have for a team, for another warrior. Dying for people is easy because it's over. Living for people is harder because you got to get up every day and face that dragon.
Yeah.
And I never truly I had respect for myself. There's things about me that I've always liked, but a genuine love beyond this condemning, overly critical voice I've always had for myself. You helped me delete that part of my brain and replace it with something that is love. And the way you did it was you actually were the first person to love me completely. Period. And I had never been loved by anyone the way you loved me, ever. And it was the thing I desperately wanted my entire life. And then overnight I had it. And it was like, oh. And like it like no BS. It was like the first time another entrepreneur looked at me when I was struggling and said, dude, you should already be making $10 million a year. What's wrong? Like, that was so encouraging to see somebody who was successful see me at my darkest. And we weren't failing, but we weren't winning at that time at the level that I thought we deserved.
Yeah.
Deserved. We weren't winning to the degree that I knew we were killing it for other human beings. I mean, we were helping a billionaire make an ungodly amount of money. Like, the seeds were being sown, but we weren't seeing the fruit. So when another guy looked at me and was like, yo, you should already be up here with all these wealthy people. What went wrong? And it was like what you find out was what went wrong was a lot of the things that you helped me with, which is being able to love yourself and believing that what you give to other people is valuable. Because my whole life was about earning love because nobody would give it to me. So it's like, okay, that means I got to give more. I got to keep giving. And I would never get resentful about it. It's like, okay, these people don't like me. I haven't given enough. I'll give until I'm dead because that's what soldiers do. And what I didn't realize is it was incomplete, but a really powerful first interaction with that type of complete love was in the military. When you're standing shoulder to shoulder with somebody you know will take their own life off this earth to get you back home, there's no love like that on the planet. And these are men you might have spent a couple hours with, and overnight you have that kind of unconditional love because our lives depend on it. That's what I get. Like when I read this book that I teach out of, a lot of the things I show people is that textbook right back there. And the part of the book that I know is hard to read for a lot of people I've given it to that says, there's a lot of soldiers who admit to being closer with their men on the battlefield than they ever were with their spouse or kids.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that's not true in my case.
Well, thank you for that.
Because you've been in these trenches with me, battling too.
Yeah.
And so you have influenced. The question was, how did you influence me? You taught me how to love myself, which was the main thing I needed to truly be able to help others. Because you can't truly love people. And I loved people, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't love completely until I could learn to love myself.
Yeah.
And that's what you gave me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks like Terry's leaving us.
Yeah, well, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, or it's 4 o'clock in the morning, Terry's time, so go get some rest, brother. We got nothing but love for you, man.
Cost me.
Storytellers, or Matt says, thank you for sharing your stories. A true example of how deep love grows. First love is great and exciting, but this is the love that's deep, that's real, that changes life. Yeah, and one of the things I meant to say earlier is, before our relationship, you watch all these other people and you see, marriage gets boring, it gets stale, it gets this, it gets that. Like, guys, I still get butterflies for this chick. No BS. There's still times. There are certain things she can say to me, and she knows what those things are. And not all of them are sex. Stop it, gutter-minded people. Some of them are. But there's things she can say to me and immediately give me those butterflies in my stomach I had the first time I saw her. And so I tell you that, not to brag, but to encourage all of you that is very, very possible. You can have a marriage that goes 20 plus years where both people still want to be here. I'll speak for me. Both people still want to be here and we're still having a good time. And like we went out on a unscheduled, we had a date scheduled for Friday and it did not go as planned. And I just looked at her and said, hey, let's just go get dessert. Screw it. And within 5 minutes, because we were in pajamas, prepared for movie night, at-home movie night that didn't happen because the people, Warner Brothers, are cheapskates.
Oh, Lord.
Freaking bastards. But hey, all those games you guys gave me and helped me on YouTube, I love you for that. But it did, and I just looked at her and said, hey, let's just go get some dessert. And she's like, all right, I'm going to put my clothes on. Like, that's marriage. Like, I took pictures. I should find them and show them to you guys. Like, the night we went to the laundromat. Because we live in a house with 19 people. And sometimes your home laundry gets overrun when you have a family as big as ours.
Yeah.
You remember that night we went to the laundromat?
Yes.
Tell me you didn't have fun.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Like,
I was thankful that he was willing to go to the laundromat.
We had a date at the laundromat. And then even the dude working at the laundromat was part of it. Like, hey, you guys need to stay because we're closed, but fuck it. He's like, I'll leave it open. Keep going. Like, we had Chick-fil-A. We watched comedy. And we hung out. We went to the little Latin tienda next door, I think, to get snacks.
We got snacks.
It was fantastic. It was like, this isn't what you would think a date should be. But when you have two people who genuinely, of course we love each other, but two people who genuinely like each other, that's the secret.
Yeah.
Is you got to be with someone who you enjoy hanging out at the laundromat with. And I can hang, like she says, what do you want to do for our date? I said, if you are there, it doesn't matter. And I can say that without being superficial or corny. Like, I'm dead serious when I say that to her. Doesn't matter what we do, you're there.
I mean, we've had dates to Home Depot. We just anytime we
Just
get to
do you
hang
do.
together, like we love the kids.
Hang
but
together without children. Doesn't matter where that
hang
is, we'll do
together
it.
and have a conversation without the kids. We make that a date for sure. But thank you guys for letting me be a part of game therapy tonight.
Yeah,
It's been
man.
really cool.
Did you guys enjoy this?
Some of the comments, but I appreciate the love, and I appreciate the community that you guys are providing for each other.
Oh, Ursula says, happy to see Beauty and the Beast. Love that. So Ursula's one of the Spartans too. She goes all the way back to when we were doing group mentorship.
Oh,
Like
wow.
6 years ago. Like Ursula goes way back with us. Love you too, Ursula.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, remember the picture I showed you? I don't want to reveal too much. Just, I'm going to say 3 phrases. Old white lady, dog, gun. Does that ring
Yep.
any bells?
Yep.
That's Ursula.
Okay.
And not old for real. I just say that to make fun of her.
No, don't make fun of her.
No, that's, trust me, she's laughing.
She's
I would
laughing
not
at me.
have said that to anybody but Ursula because I'd have got punched in the face if it was anybody but her. Because she knows I don't mean it. And plus, you know her picture. She looks nowhere near how old she actually is.
Yeah. Thank you guys. You guys are great. I'm trying to
Old
look
fountain of
this
youth
up,
having ass.
but maybe next time I actually get to play a game, or he'll
Yeah,
actually
so
play a game.
the playing of the game, I'm going to play some game now because we still got a little bit of time left. So the show's not over. I'm going to hang with you guys a little bit more if you want. If you want me to just turn it off and say good night, that's fine too. We'll come back to the game here in a second. We will have her play as well, but our good friends at Ubisoft prevented that from happening because I don't even want to go into game designers and publishers and stupidity. But yeah, let me let you up out of here. We'll take a short break, and I'll be back with you guys on the other side. We should show them. We don't have to show them us kissing?
No, I'm sure they would rather see so many other things. I
was
you.
lingering.
I know.
I wasn't going to
was
move off of that.
lingering- I was lingering with you.
All right, back in a minute, y'all.
Hey, somebody give me a quick sound check with the music versus my voice. How's that mix? I'm reading through y'all's comments about the podcast too. Miko hit me to the fact that I missed that you guys started commenting on it during the part of the show that she was here on. So I'm reading through that now. This is awesome. And I can come back on screen. There we go. Woo! My boy Stan. I love this music, man. You know, there's one downside to making friends with musicians. And in Stan's case, this doesn't really apply. Turn that down a little bit in my ear. But like, I have a friend that makes R&B music, and I love his music. But it's like, I can't listen to it when it's sessy time, because it feels like your friend is in the room with you. It's like, I can't do it. No! I can't be in here listening to, like, when you don't know the artist personally, that I noticed that phenomenon never happens. But the minute I started making friends with artists, if I tried to play their music during date night, it was like, nope, it feels like they're here. Let's turn this off. That's musician problems, right? All right, I'm just taking the, so I'm going to take the podcast comments, and then we'll get back to the game. Also, I'll look to see what you guys said in terms of the sound check for the audio. It was about equal on voice and background. Good to go. Now I adjusted it. Hopefully that made it right, because like I can see the physical representation of what you guys are hearing, but it doesn't always play out in terms of what's being heard. So like when I look at the physical representation, the visual representation of what y'all are hearing, I'm killing, and the audio for the music is way below me. But then on show, sometimes you guys be like, oh man, that's killing. It's like, oh, for Christ's sake. It's like some shit is just louder than other shit in the mix. Especially when it comes to the games. Sounds perfect now. Thank you, Jacob. So now I can go back to the comments about the podcast, and we can get the thing rolling. Doesn't need to rhyme, just needs to make good sense. Yes, and make good sense. I'm the realest mother huncher from the real. Give the people something they can feel. Free stizzle for the place. Do it for the taste. Shannon says, by the way, we can do some of our discussions on a podcast. I don't mind. That would be, if some of the Spartans that I work with, if you guys would be open to us recording some of our talks, I'd totally make them into podcasts. I just don't do it, obviously, because I respect y'all's privacy. So you're never going to have like an audio that I did with you that I just upload. That's... It's never gonna happen. But if you tell me, hey, I'd love for other people to hear it, all in. Turbo says, I'm a part of game therapy, going back to the question I asked her. A core group of folks that chat about what's going on in life while the leader/host plays a game and spurs conversation. I love that. Love it. I'm copying that, Turbo. Love it. Because sometimes I get lost in the details and can't just spit out the, hey, here's what we're doing. I'm copying that, Turbo. Thank you. Just making notes. Jacob says, I keep coming back to any of your content in general because I look up to you. Okay.
Why, thank you. That's a blessing to hear. And admire what you do to help others. Okay. Your content is the first bit of content to get me started on changing my life. Wow, dude, you have no idea. Like, that's crazy. High praise to me to hear that. Like, that's almost hard for me to hear in a really good way. Like, damn, I was the first guy? Wow. Because, like, you guys have to understand how this looks from where I sit. I guess, because somebody actually in my circle was telling me, like, B, you got to deal with the fact, man. Like, to some of us, you're a celebrity. It's like, no, I'm not. Stop that. Like, I got a couple 100,000 follows. Most of them are a bot farm in fucking Swaziland. Stop it. Right? Kind of joking, but from where I sit, the things I'm saying are, to me, seem kind of mundane at times. So I'm like, is this really helping people? So when I hear that it is, it's a blessing to hear, man. Thank you. Terry says, there have been many times where my honesty has cost me sales, where I tell people too much information on something and that makes them change their mind. Oh, yeah, I do it all the time. I talk people out of sales, sometimes on purpose. Like, no, you don't want this. Get out of here. You're good. Your life's already amazing. You don't need this. Get out of here. But mostly that type of honesty just comes, like, when people ask me a legitimate question, can this thing that you created actually help me with fill in the blank? And if I don't think it can, I'm like, no. I'll just flat out say, no, you be better. And usually I try to have an answer for, hey, think about spending your money over here or go do this free thing that I can show them on YouTube or something to get them going. But Terry, what you're actually suggesting means you're a good salesperson. You know, if this was the 1940s, you'd be praised for that. Not looked down upon for doing bad marketing because somebody didn't buy from you for a second. Jacob says, with the questions you ask, the stories you tell, it all really makes me think, and I found a lot of different answers, and not only the solution to my own struggles, but others too. Well, that's a blessing, Jacob. Jacob, I will tell you, hearing statements like the ones you make are honestly why I never stopped making things altogether. Because there's been several times where I was like, you know what? I don't need, like, I'm going to do a video here. I was actually doing some of the market research today to show like a video titled Why I Quit Social Media. But actually giving you like not like a figurative rhetorical story. Like, here is the math. Here is what I came to social media to do. Here are all the experiments I ran. And here's the data that suggests what Bryant's trying to do in this specific compartment. There are things that will happen on social media with other businesses and stuff that I own. But when it comes to my personal brand and what I'm up to, it was like, the math is very simple. And I have pictures and graphs, everything that'll show you, like, here are the numbers. Do you really want me to keep doing this? So, but when I hear statements like what you made, and by the way, I don't consider game therapy social media. All right, I don't consider YouTube social media when I make that statement. For clarity's sake, but statements like that, the point I'm coming to is that really motivates me. Like, okay, because I will only, no BS, I will only keep doing game therapy if I truly believe that there is somebody somewhere who is mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially gaining from being here. When that stops happening, I will shut the hell up. Period. And so hearing statements like yours tells me, hey, this guy's getting something dope out of being here. Keep this going. And because game therapy, guys, this isn't like a business. This is a passion project, something I've always just wanted to give the people. Period. And I'm using, what little free time I have to knock that out. There's no other motivation. Other than obviously bringing people together, helping people find each other. Yeah, there's obviously ulterior motives in trying to make the world a better place. But there's no like personal gain for me outside of just bringing a bunch of people together, giving them something fun to do that takes their mind off of hell for 5 seconds, and then hopefully giving them something that makes their life better. And then we'll build book clubs and let people be a part of things we're doing, and we'll have a community of folks that are kicking ass. That's really all I was up to. And as long as people like Brother Pert say, hey, this is what I'm getting out of it, we'll keep coming around. The minute I feel like it's not, like the reason why I left Instagram, wasn't nobody on Instagram saying that shit. Peace. Terry says Miko is the spiritual successor of Bob Ross. She has his zen. Oh, yeah. She's straight zen. Jolly says, okay, so what if I never have enough money? I think that comment's going all the way back to when I was saying get sexy and get money. I don't know what you're calling enough money. But I'll tell you, if whatever your number is and you're saying it's still not enough, then the person you're trying to be with probably sucks. There's always enough money, bro. If somebody's telling you it ain't enough, they got problems. Because truthfully, depending on where you live, no BS. Like, the truth about how much money you need to be happy. Because didn't they do a study on this? I thought I read it somewhere. Like, depending on where you live, this wouldn't apply where I'm from. But outside of extremely dense populated places for specific financial reasons, DC politics, you know, New York media, LA acting. Outside of that, you know, if you're making $70K in the US, you're killing hard. You know, and so, and I mean hard killing. When you think about what's the average salary of someone coming out of college, it's like 35 or 40,000, isn't it? You know, so just going from that number to 70 is murder. And if that number is not enough, well then there's probably another issue that's not financial. I think, I'm assuming that's what you were responding to, so I could be completely out in left field. Let's see, Tristan says, my short response on the podcast. Sometimes it takes hearing things multiple times for it to click. Yes, the repetition. That's why I repeat things so much. To some people's disdain. It's like, no, I'm up to something. Good point. I'd have to think about what I want to hear. Yeah, and so you've just kind of outlined the problem, and it's a good kind of segue for you know, understanding business and customers, man. Your customers are not always going to tell you what they want. And you know why? It's because they don't know. And they're waiting for you to tell them, i.e. the iPhone. Nobody wanted an iPhone. Steve Jobs made you... Basically, Steve Jobs used the community effect to make you need one. You didn't want one. You didn't want one until enough other people had one. And then you had to have one. Right? So similar in business. But, you know, it's hard to get your customers at times to tell, unless, you know, there's exceptions to this rule depending on what you sell. But when you look at, because you can overlay things to sell and take Maslow's hierarchy and overlay them and see all the products that are sold. I sell at the top of the list. Like, and I'm not really selling anything, but I'm suggesting things like personal development, working on yourself, building yourself up, lifting weights, reading books, you know, learning high value skills. I'm suggesting things at the top of the pyramid. Most people ain't up here looking for solutions. They're down at the bottom 2 rungs. Look up Maslow's hierarchy if you don't believe me. And so your customer, outside of need, basically what your customer is telling you is, help me make more money faster, help me eat more, and help me get laid. Those are the 2 bottom rungs of Maslow's hierarchy, and that's where most of your customers live. Help me go faster to getting money and help me get laid. That's what almost every product is really designed doing for you. But when you start making products, services, or what have you at the higher end, and the top end of Maslow's hierarchy is giving back. It's going past personal growth to getting yourself into a place where you can give to others. And that's what I am pushing everybody to be. Is don't just worry about you getting wealthy. Get to a place where what you're doing is helping another person, right? Uh-oh, did that song cut off or did my audio just die? Song cut off. And so knowing what your customers want in that space is hard because you can't just say, well, today I want to focus on growth and giving back and then hand somebody, okay, here, buy this game. It'll help you do it. So same thing with like getting feedback from your customers is hard. That's why I always tell you guys, businesses pay an ungodly amount of money to get information. Now, I can show you a place to get a lot of that information for free if you like. on one of these talks. If you want to do good market research, there's one place you could do it completely for free. And actually, that market research, the one I can show you, is why I stopped doing social media. When I looked at the numbers of what social media actually is, what it actually is, not that, oh, we have 2 billion members. Yeah, okay. How many of those are bot farms from Korea and Russia? Thought so. Right? Like, when you figure out what's the real numbers of social media, you start to figure out there's a lot of people spending a lot of time to not make a lot of progress. But thank you, Tristan, and to everybody who's responded tonight. He's going to get me a longer message on Signal. I appreciate that. Shannon says, Miko, your voice is so soothing. Yes, it is. And I get to hear it every night. All right, let's keep it moving because I know I'm way behind y'all's actual comments because I'm being selfish. Okay, so if I missed anybody else's podcast comments, please just copy and paste because I want to move on with the show because I know I'm about 6 years behind on the comments now. Jolly says, how do I know what is enough money? Decide right now and be like, did you do your homework yet? Because you'd have part of the answer to that question. Did you already turn in your homework to me and I missed it? Because part of the answer to that question is in your homework. Actually, most of the answer to that question is in your homework. Jacob says, Bryant, help me get started. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get back to the game here, gang. And if it's okay with y'all, I'm going to let Substantial's music play while we're doing the show. Is that okay with you guys? I mean, if it's not, I'm doing it anyway. So, I don't know why I asked. Alright. I do, however, want to turn it down a taste, because it is much louder than the game, and I need to be able to hear gunfire. I need to be able to hear people calling out things. So, just got to adjust the mix a little bit. Nothing to it. There's better. Now the game's too loud. Let's see, Only the Good Die Young says, Jobs didn't invent the smartphone, just made it appealing to the idiot masses and moved it out of the realm of enterprise. Yeah, that's what I said. How's that different from what I said? I mean, I said it nicer than you did, but it's the same shit. He used marketing to convince people that they needed some dumb shit they didn't actually need. All right, you guys see that big tank floating around here? Oh, we about to have us a ball out here. This is where the tactics of this game can get really cool if you're willing to exercise them. So what you're going to see me do here is pull up my little wagon wheel, and I'm going to landmines. Oh, and while I'm at landmines, did I forget to... No, I got him. I got him. Yeah, ho. I'm coming for your monkey ass. All right. So these tanks are basically, you know... They're intelligent life to a degree, run by AI, right? And they're designed to protect these fixtures here. Thank God it's not a jump puzzle like every other Ubisoft game. They're designed to protect these towers here, right? And so here's what I'm going to do. He's going to come back up this hill because he can hear me. Get low, get low, get low. Peace! Wait, how did he see me? Oh, bullshit. All right, run. He's here. Come on, guys. Wig up. He's killing. At least he hit my landmine, though. All right, let's get everybody in the fight. Already? Damn. Got him, got him. Here come the mortars. All right, landmine, 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 landmine. Dropping another one. Dropping another one.
We gotta help Fury.
That is not what I was trying to do. Shit, this is the wrong weapon. Would you please not be dumb? Yeah, another landmine for your ass. Come get this loving that you need. I'm gonna blow your turrets off the side of you. Blow them turrets off the side of you. Would you please drop a landmine? Please. While I'm standing here getting lit the hell up. Are all my teammates dead? Yep. They don't usually take long to die in this fight. Alright, where's the top? Where's the top? Where's the top? Where can I go to get away from his mortars? Alright, here's the mortar. The mortar safety zone. Alright, let's close that off and get my silly glasses back in the mix. UC4 and rocket launchers. We will, Byron. We will. Ah, Steven says Rangers lead the way. All the way, brother. Always glad to have the Rangers here. There's that mortar strike. You suck. You suck. You suck. You're not good at hitting me. But you come around that rock. Come get this ass whipping that you need. Alright, now, speaking of C4, now is the time to unleash that. Actually, no. Let's go landmines again. Let's go landmines again, because he's definitely going to come up here and want to chase. And I can use the landmines to slow his ass down while I'm going to save my team. Now, I can use the landmines as a distraction, go rescue at least somebody on my team, and they can rescue the rest if that doesn't keep his ass busy, which... Alright, hurry. Mortars inbound, right? No mortars yet? No mortars yet? He still see... Alright, you get them up, I'll keep him busy. Now, let's go C4 on that ass. Where's that C4 at? Here we go. Keep dropping the mortars, baby. Keep dropping the mortars. Keep wasting them. Yeah, ho. Chambers is here, biatch. Whoop! Peace! You dumb bitch! Come get this ass whipping. I want to blow up that turret. I'm blowing up your turret, ho.
Hostile mortars incoming. Grenade. Got a man hit.
Come on.
Mortar fire coming in.
Eyes on.
Back in this. Combat drone activated.
Gotcha, bitch.
Shine, buddy.
Yeah, go get him, drone. Kick ass. A little more C4 for that ass. Whoop! Love a good C4 ass whooping. I'm blowing up your turret, ho. You ain't gonna have no turret no more.
Grenade.
Alright, I missed. Hey, don't blow up my C4 deck. Oh, shit!
We got mortars coming.
Okay, you're gonna have to move eventually, ho. You ain't fooling nobody with that. And then I can draw you in with a good old rocket launcher.
Sending mortars our way.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
Shit, they got Vaseline.
Back in the fight.
I'm good.
Got your live one.
Gotcha, bitch! Light his ass up. Come on, light up the brain. That's the brain. Smoke it, smoke it, smoke it, smoke it, smoke it. I'm out of bullets, you whore!
Get fix it down.
Alright, let's switch to grenades. Switch to grenades, baby. Damn, I missed. Gotcha. Had to hate you, player. Let's go pick up my C4 too, so I don't have to
That
waste it.
sucked.
Well done, team. Way to kick butt. So that's what I've been doing in Ghost Recon while I wasn't on camera with you all. Is coming to these bases and blowing those things up because it's fun. You know, as much as I get on Ubisoft's case for their business practices, their designers can make a fun game loop, man. They really have that figured out. I just wish those designers could go work at a company that didn't nickel and dime the player in stupid ways. But, you know, maybe the way these companies behave, it's not possible to have the luxuries we have without some of that shady dealing. I don't know. I certainly hope that's not the case, but here we are. Alright, got the 553 blueprint. Oh, I already had the 553 in inventory too. That's pretty cool. Alright, I got my level up points, which I'll show you guys how to put that to use here in a second. Let's head back to the chopper, man. The hella chopper. Let's make sure this thing usually drops ammunition and stuff for us to pick up. There it is. Like, after you beat it, it gives you some of your stuff back, like here. You probably used all your abilities to get out of this fight. Here's some of them back. Dang, I didn't realize I ran as far as I did to get to the joint. Actually, maybe I didn't. Am I going the wrong way? No, it's the only one on the map, so it must not be going the wrong way. This would be much easier if it were daytime.
Vision goggles.
Home one, this gold leader. How do we have enemy location here? Oh, okay, never mind. Eyes on. Alright, we drew fire away from the helicopter. Let's boogie. Harley says, alright, I think I'm gonna go to bed. Always a pleasure to hang, Harley. God bless you. Let's see, Jacob says, my approach is blowing the armor off with either a power sniper rifle or DMR or a rocket launcher. Then I go with EMPs. Yeah, I tried EMPs in another fight. It was more of a pain in the ass than I wanted to deal with. Because EMPs just makes the most sense because you shut it down and then you can go to work. But I had so much trouble with it. And this game isn't the best at switching between weapons because they give you so many different things. So I feel like they can clean that up a little bit maybe in a sequel. And then we'll be on to something really dope. He says, you sound like me when I'm playing games. Yeah, I'm a very competitive guy, so if I start losing, I talk mad craziness. I hate losing. I hate it. Ooh, this is one of my favorite songs by Stan. Get some, Stan. Let's turn Stan up a little bit. There we go. Now you know, say what. Let's go holler at old Colonel Mitchell. What's he been up to, besides pimping? Also want to keep an eye on the time, gang. I know we're running late, so I don't want to be all up in your eardrums too late.
Actual, this is Nomad. You copy?
Actual here.
I'm all set to hunt Medusa.
Copy, Nomad. Target Medusa is Artyom Zubkov, a Ravens Rock operative tasked with studying the gas dispersal. His specialty is making nasty even worse. He'll be looking for ways to make the gas more lethal. Get him, and the attack becomes far less deadly. Buys us options. Medusa's background is in Spetsnaz. We don't have a location on the target, but I set up a contact with a tech who might be able to help.
Roger. Nomad out.
Oh, Jolly asks, okay, I misunderstood your question, Jolly. I got you. You're saying, how will you know when you have enough? Well, you know you have enough when, like, think about it practically. Like, you've got a place to live, you have transportation, all your bills are paid, right? And if you have debts, you're paying those debts down. You're putting a little bit of cash away somewhere at some point, right? There's the income that's coming in, you got some to put away, all the bills are paid, right? You got your living space, your transportation squared away, and you've got, you know, you're not completely destitute. Like, it's not necessarily, I think if I understand your question correctly, it's not so much a number that you're asking me about. It's like, how do you know when you're doing well enough? Well, you know you're doing well enough when you get to a place where you feel like you have more than enough for you, right? It's really it's not much more complicated than that. Like, do you have enough of what you've got to support bringing somebody else into that equation? And keep in mind, this person you're bringing into the equation isn't just going to take from what you have. They're probably going to bring their own skills and values and stuff like that, right? And so when I say be sexy and make a lot of money, I'm kind of joking, but what I'm saying is when people look at your wealth, right, your access to material possession, what that's signaling is you are competent and capable. Right? Because nobody gives money to somebody, at least not when they have their brain on, who's just going to take that money and waste it. If you have money coming into you, that's a signal of you are valuable to someone else, which means you are possibly a stable person to jump into this survival circumstance with. Right? So think about it more like that instead of, you know, looking how much money should I be making to know it's enough? Well, just look around your life. Are your bills paid and you got something left over at the end of the thing? Then you probably got enough. You know, I'm not saying you know anybody has to be a billionaire to attract a significant other. You just need to be able to show that you have the skills and the competence to be able to go out into the market and bring resources home to a family. That's the way you need to look at it, I think, instead of looking at it in terms of like monetary value. Because your question rings like are you looking for a specific number that you're getting to? If I'm understanding the question properly. Jacob says, I'm too tired. I want to play. You got me hyped. What's my favorite weapon in the game? The ones I'm carrying, baby. I'll show them to you in a sec. Good question. Yeah, my favorite weapons are the ones you see me rocking, babe. Straight up. It's the M4 Alpha 1 and the Vector. That can answer the question. You know, one of which I've put to some pretty decent use in my real life. I'll let you guys guess which one that is. Jacob says, I really like the M4 Alpha 1. Well, then you're in good company, my man. Let's show you what you asked for. Let's give you a tour of my gun rack, right? So I got the Vector SMG, but it puts out 45 millimeter instead of 9, so I'm still going to get a lot of punching power. Right? Also going to help me with accuracy. At least for me, I shoot better with heavier calibers. Right? And that may be a lack of practice thing more than a real thing. But my point is, I could get a lot of rounds out quickly and do a lot of damage quickly. It's also the type of weapon where I can extend it with tools to play like a rifle, so I can still hit people from 300 meters out if I need to. Then I switch to the M4 Alpha 1, because that's going to be my longer range rifle, but can also double as my makeshift sniper when I need to, if I need to play makeshift sniper when my teammate is down. I also attach a 203 or a grenade launcher attachment to the M4 Alpha 1 so that I can shoot helicopters out of the sky. Bing, bang, boom. And here's what it looks like up close. I have the extended ammunition magazine here so I can continue delivering fires because I'm usually the suppressive fire person on my team, not the sharpshooter. So I need a lot of rounds to be able to keep people's heads down. Not like I'm going nuts spraying and praying, but I will tend to shoot off more rounds than the rest of my team who is sniping. All right, and then you come over here to my M4 Alpha 1. You can see I've customized it and all that jazz. Grenade launcher, laser scope, silencers, 1 to 4 time optics. I like the EOTechs better for close range fighting, but I feel that these optics give me the most versatility in a real fight because I can do CQB if I need to, but I can also range it out and hit somebody from distance. So basically, I want to be able to be versatile as a short range to medium long range shooter and be able to take our heavies out. And then I let my team focus on precision, really long range. That's Vasily with the snipes, etc., etc. So I get a little anal with my... it's probably more specific than you cared to know. But there is actually a method to my madness when I'm choosing weapons. Let's break the camp, baby! Jolly says, I guess I was thinking, do I really have to wait until I can afford a house and be that stable to just date? No, you don't necessarily. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't ever want to own a house. You know, they're perpetual renters. And I know even people on the entrepreneurial side who don't. Like, they rent and they like the money they're able to make from renting properties from their business versus owning property and having that. So, no, I don't think you need to be able to necessarily own a home. But frankly, owning a home, if you're from where I'm from, is cheaper than renting in some cases. You know what I mean? So, no, it's not so much... Again, I think you're thinking in terms of actual money. Don't think... think in terms of survival human. Why did I say what I said? Because for someone to be attractive to you, they have to know you are capable of pulling your own weight. Having a place to live, transportation, and money coming in is the easiest way to signal that to people. That's all. I wouldn't make it more complicated than that. You know, do you have to already have a home to date? I think you know the answer to that. But you do need, it's smart to be in a better position financially before you date than it is to try to rush into it. Because I'll tell you, straight up, all this divorce that you guys hear about, you're aware that the primary catalyst is not the only catalyst, but the primary catalyst that gets that trigger to pull, outside of there's obviously extreme situations where there's abuse and physical hurt and stuff like that. But unless I read my books wrong, the biggest catalyst in divorce is money. And it's the last thing people who are horny think about. It's like, no. So you got your cologne right and you got your clothes right. Get that money right. Because when people get out, because once you're married and you're actually in a long-term relationship, you realize, okay, this is an adventure that we're both on and putting in the work together. And you start thinking about, okay, not only how do I attract somebody, but how do I become the person that makes them want to stick around? And how do I continue to improve myself so that this person will still want to be here and I can still attract, resources and access to opportunity to myself? Because like it or not, nobody's going to love you just because you're cute. They're going to love you for your ability to produce, especially as a man. You're going to be loved for your ability to produce. Think about what my wife said she loved most about me. The fact that you are so giving emotionally. Well, you can't do that if you come from a place of bankruptcy, emotionally or physically. Because believe me, if you're physically bankrupt, you're going to have some probably emotional bankruptcy as well. So there you go. Hopefully I'm answering the question for you, Jelly. If I'm not, just keep throwing them at me. I'll keep trying. What is Ryan trying to yell at me? Yeah, Turbo, you're part of the reason why I made that caveat in my statement, because I knew that. You are one of the exceptions to the rule, unfortunately. Anybody want to take a stab at Jacob's question? I know there's people out there that got some good answers to that. All right, Ryan was trying to yell, please do something, but I don't know what he's talking about, which is my whole life. Communicating with Ryan is, I only ever know what he's talking about 38% of the time. This would be one of those 62% situations. Who you coming? Say what? I guess I probably should have just stayed where I was. So we're going to get into fisticuffs. Wait a minute, why are there 2 helicopters? Oh, I called a second one, that's why. So, wait a minute, there's 2 helicopters here. It's because my previous helicopter didn't disappear yet. Alright, this is not tactically sound to do this the way I'm doing it, but video games and all that. Damn, that was hard to find.
Moving to engage.
Smoke.
Moving to the target.
I don't want anybody in the perimeter that can cause us sweat.
Target's in my crosshairs.
I want them smoked. Roger. Alright. Alright, now hopefully they do not have eyes on. Alright, smoke. 2 down.
Dead. All of them.
Solid work.
And you know what's the cool part about tonight's playlist? Is if YouTube claims any of it, all the money's going to my friend. Take that, YouTube. You punk bitches. So copyright claim this all you want, because then the money's going to somebody I like. You hoe ass hoes. As if YouTube has anything to do with it. It's like, they just run the op center, baby. Looks like I'm gonna have to smoke these 2 guys.
Ready, boss.
Wanted one there.
Hostile got away, boss.
Wait. Roger, that's what we want, yo.
Asriel drone, Ghost Lead. Stay hidden.
It's on you to make sure
Done deal.
your gear's set. Radio's on some bullshit piece of kit. You can't call me. I can't get you any backup. Got it?
Yeah, I had to trade my walkie in yesterday. New one's good to go. I'm all set.
Are these two dudes? They should be showing up on my HUD. There they are. Alright, smoke time, baby.
We're out of the Asriel's range. We're good.
Keep coming, baby. Keep coming. Actually, I don't have either of these guys synced up.
Never like the move? Shit.
Smoke to smoke, baby. Daddy had to show the kids how it's done. That sounds so condescending. Daddy had to show him how it's done. Turbo makes a really good point. She says, I was going to say, sometimes it's hard to face ourselves as the most valuable. Our culture has taught us to put others first to the point of not caring for ourselves. Yeah, you guys know where that comes from? It's a good old thing called slavery. Good idea to make the people who you're beating into building your wealth think less of themselves and more of you. Jobs are no different. They're just owned by the kids, the people who used to own slaves. So, whee! Not every job, obviously, but the mentality is what I'm addressing more so than the slavery itself. Woo! Gangsta style. Chilling hard, y'all. And now I'm going to do what I wanted to do a minute ago. Alright, he's mine. You guys get the other two. It's funny, those two dudes look like they're trying to get to the other side of the bridge, but they're stuck.
Target locked. Target's eliminated.
Now, did any of these dudes down the bridge see that? Nope, they sure did not. Let's keep on lighting them up, lighting them up, lighting them up. Yeah, we got two walking this way also. It looks like they are also stuck.
Moving to position. Prepared to fire. Target's down.
Good hits.
Getting a position.
Oh crap, I didn't see number 4. See? They always be hiding.
Ready here. We got a chopper in the skies. Watch yourself.
Crap. Oh crap. Hey, get low, guys. Helicopter.
That guy over there.
We're clear. Enemy chopper's out of range.
So Charlie walked out of the frame. How am I even supposed to get that back? Crap. You can't just cancel the sync shot. Oh, yeah, you can. I can do it like this. No, it's going to make me... Dagnabbit. This is the crock of shite.
Nailed him.
Nice shooting.
To engage. Locked on the heavy.
Got him!
We're good, boss.
Roll.
Yeah. Anybody else want to slide on in? Get this ass whooping that you need? Come on, light him up, lady.
Moving. Ready to shoot.
Smoke him, lady. Done and done. All right, let's go back to work.
Solid work.
Love this game.
You Mitchell's tech?
Yeah. Well, I'm not exactly a tech yet. More of a janitor.
Christ.
What? You think a working man can't help you? Please. I heard those Russian guys talking about the gas lab. The coordinates are on a terminal in the comms tower. It's the only way you'll find it. I can drive you. Or do you only get in cars with guys making over 100K?
Alright, let's go.
Good. It's heavily guarded. Not sure you can sneak in. Come on. I stashed a Sentinel car nearby.
Word up.
Let's get going.
Yo, I don't know what this chest is. It looks cool as hell, though. Woo! Scale credits. Hell yeah. Hold the beat down. Oh, that is the truck we're taking. Yeah, what time is it? I gotta keep an eye on the time, gang. The good news is I already killed everybody here, so the Sentinel truck's not really
Getting in
necessary.
position. Maneuvering to the target.
Getting in position.
Standing by to fire. I'm on the target.
Crosshairs on target.
Nailed him. That's it.
Nice shooting.
Good killing, y'all.
I got eyes on an enemy chopper.
See, I knew that fool wasn't driving. Get your ass out of here. Man, if you don't get your ass in this truck,
You drive so I can shoot.
You're cold.
I can't shoot if you drive off without me, you
Hey, I'm just trying to do my
freaking
part.
dumbass.
Enemy chopper bugged out.
I guess we're running behind the truck because he's an idiot. Or I guess the video game's programmed for it. Hey, fella. Oh, I had the wrong gun. I was like, wait a minute. I suck. I still had the wrong gun, actually. Switch to that.
Oh, shit. Why am I doing this again?
Lay it on him.
Gotcha. Go and make it travel. Signals we hear.
How far is this dude gonna make us run? Exactly. Freaking clown bag of a human. There's my headshot. Hey, didn't I cut y'all loose? Get busy. No.
Open up.
There's a shithead over there.
Alright, let's try to catch up. Get your slow ass in this truck. Light him up.
Engaging!
Yeah, get him, lady.
Shot one of them.
Good shooting. Get your dumb ass out the way. Got us in this mess in the first place. Stupid ass driving. I did this mission at night the first time I did it. Oh, damn, I ran over the deer. My bad, deer. My bad, baby. Stay strong, right? Appreciate the animal protein. I needed that to level up anyway. But get your, you know what? Stay down there. Because that way I don't have to watch you get shot doing some dumb stuff. Colombian Flaxman. Bocce style. Alright, let's push up. We got 2 in here. Let's be smart.
Hell yeah, Nomad.
Actually, the game music and the song music are conflicting. Let's shut this down temporarily. Let's see, Ryan says, B, does time pass in game? Like, could you sit there for 3 to 4 hours and take the mission at night? Yes, sir. Yes, you can. In fact, I don't know when you tuned in. The first thing we did in game was actually done at night. So yes, sir. Time does run. I think the day-night cycle is an hour a piece, I think. I think it's 1 hour equals 12 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
Before it deletes itself.
I believe that's how it works.
One shot, one kill.
Oh, is that what you're going to send after us? Did you really think that was going to help? Oh, you sent your dumbass friends out here to get lit up. That's what you did. Oh, yes, please stop. Please stop flying so I can shoot you easier.
Deploying combat drone. Got one there.
Actually, if I just keep it not aiming wise. I got 3 more, ho. Soon as you stop, that's your ass. Soon as you stop, that's your ass. You're gonna have to turn around at some point, ho. And as soon as you do. How did that miss? I never miss this many times. Gotcha, bitch! Yeah, ho. Now, I didn't have much time to hack this thing. How much time do I have left? I wasn't paying attention. Where's the hack thing at, man? They said it was on the roof, didn't they? Did I already do it? Alright, so what am I actually supposed to be doing right here? That's clearly not it. Is there something else I'm supposed to be doing? No, it would appear that we accomplished the mission. No, hack the next tower. Oh shit, we're done. How am I supposed to do that? There ain't no way I'm gonna do that in time, ho. Alright, let's try it. Come on, jump, fool. Jump, ho! Oh, you're the hoe of all hoes. You know that? Stupid ass. Jump, fool! There we go. We got a tower to get to, baby. And don't have much time because I spent too much time killing and being silly. But I am going to go in an armored vehicle to get there. Holla back, y'all. If you don't get your black ass in this truck, I'll kill you. 2 minutes left. Let's do it.
Returning fire.
Yeah, blow him up, lady. Yes. It's like a Bradley with wheels. You kill him. Oh, he was mine. Took my kill, lady. I was going to run his monkey ass over.
Get going. Be right
Let me at least get one of these guys. Ooh, they're wolves, too. I hate them hoes. Shooting all the friends up. Kill them. Right, straight shot. Keep pushing.
Lit one of them up.
Really? That's where you put the rock? Oops. You still combat rolling up against the wall? Is that how it works? Switch weapons. Actually, switch twice. Yeah, call them. You're going to need all them reinforcements, too. And when they get here, tell them to bring their money.
Let's go. Let's go.
That was when I needed to reload. Really got to start looking at that shit. Punk bitch. Got 1 minute left. Alright, we made it in time, y'all. 1 minute, 12 seconds to spare. And still getting shot at. And still getting shot at. Hey, you wanna hurry up with this? Wanna get this thing moving? Wait, is this dude on the roof with us and you letting him light me up? You big dummies. You no helpful ass teammates. I got it. I got it. Stand by.
Target there.
Shit. Moved right before I took the shot. That's alright. That's alright. You have to stop some point. Gotcha, bitch! Enjoy that bath y'all about to get. Hoe ass hoes. And your friends too. Fuck them. Where'd your friends light up at? I hope they kept them exclamation points and put a grenade right in their mouth. Bitch. You too, ho. Missed. A little higher. I'm missing. I'm off. Okay. Never mind. Thought I was going to be able to hit that guy with a grenade. I suck worse than I think I do, apparently. Cool, cool. Well, alright. I think we accomplished our Mission Impossible mission here. We killed a lot of things and people, and I think we had a good time. What do y'all say? That was my last grenade. Could just shoot the guy, I guess, instead of wasting all my grenades. But he is currently not visible. Alright, let's take some last comments and then let's get up out of here. So, did you guys enjoy the show tonight? Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy having Miko here? I talked to her about potentially having her on the show more regularly, and she agreed. So we'll figure out what that looks like. And then you guys will see more of her on the show. But yeah, did you guys enjoy tonight? Was tonight's talk helpful at all? Hopefully it was. And fun. And silly. All the things that we do here. Got woo! All right, I need my wife to hook me up with her concoction. That was way too much mint. I need to let her do the food-related stuff. I suck at it. Let's see, Ryan says, Miko's high. Okay, cool. Storyteller says, great show tonight. Real tall and dope-ass gaming. Bless you, man. Thank you much. Let's see, Turbo says, wow, I rate with Miko. Oh, real talk and dope-ass gaming. Gotcha. I think Spellcheck got Turbo to I rate with Miko. What does rate mean? Turbo says, I like the streams when we have good discussions. Cool. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. He says B's only like 5'4". Yeah, somewhere around there. Alright, so if I'm to take it from the comments, the show was better than dying and wildly mediocre. Got it. Thank you for the feedback. No, I appreciate you guys, man. You're awesome. Oh, so you did mean rate. I got you. Okay. I was not privy to the previous conversation of Ryan telling you that you were alright. So now I'm in the loop. Thank you for making that clear. Cool, man. Well, it's been fun. I definitely enjoyed tonight. So if you guys didn't, well, I guess at least I did. And Turbo did, and Jacob did. So if at least 2 people got something out of it, that was great. What else is there, man? I love you guys much. We're stronger than I. See, tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow's up in the air. I've got a lot of things going on that I have a feeling some of those things are going to... Some of the scheduled things that I had that kept getting postponed, I have a feeling some of them are going to come up tomorrow. So I don't know what that's going to mean for streams. I'm also working to figure out what the actual stream schedule will be going forward long term. If game therapy is something I decide to stick with long term. For now, I'm enjoying it and just taking the advice of one of my early military mentors when I asked him, hey, sir, how long should I stay in the Army? He says, as long as you're having fun. And I've applied that advice to pretty much everything I've ever done in my life. Just stick with it as long as it's fun. So for now, it's fun. And fun to me means I'm giving you guys something that's valuable to you. And it's in some way, shape, or form helping you in your life. If that's happening, I'm happy that what I'm doing is doing what I designed it to do. So if that's still the case, we'll keep it going. But I also am trying to add a little bit of structure to it and add a little bit of predictability to be respectful to y'all's schedules. You know, trying to make sure that this isn't just all over the place and you have to try to guess when it's happening or rely on YouTube's notification system. So going forward, we'll figure out. I think everyone has, and I'll continue to take feedback from people and I'll listen to all of it and try to apply as what I can as it relates to and supports our mission and vision here. But I took some feedback on a previous show to say, hey, it sounds like Sundays are an important day for us to have this stream. And everyone kind of said amen to that. I'm looking for any other feedback that says, hey, I'd also like, because basically what everybody told me was you don't like them on the weekends because that's your time to do your family stuff away from work, it's like, totally understand. Friday for me, we weren't here because Miko and I had a date scheduled for damn 2 weeks. So I can't wait till Friday comes. We can actually hang out with each other with all the craziness we've had going on in life and business. But so weekends are kind of out. I was like, that's cool. Like Friday nights makes a lot of sense not to be here because all of you are out doing things. Doesn't mean I'll never stream on a Friday night again, but it means I'm using that time. Like my son is actually working on a new show, and I may be on his show on Friday nights instead of here. Or maybe we'll do a tandem thing where I'm on his show, but I stream it to you guys as well. Saturdays, yeah, you guys said no Saturdays, no Fridays. But Sundays were a good day. Mondays were also a good day, according to the folks who were here. But days, times that work for you, days and times that you like, I'm always open to hear that if it's going to be useful to you. But just to keep you all aware of things and just to kind of hip you to what I know is coming. A world where I am doing this every day is probably not realistic for an extended period of time, though we've had months where I've gone most weeks at least 5 days a week. My guess is once, for example, football season starts next year, I'll be helping with my old football team and getting those men prepared not only to win, but getting those men prepared to be men in the real world. So once football season starts back up, I imagine I'll be, and in fact, it'll be before the season because we'll be doing a lot of preparatory things to get the men ready to play before the season actually starts. So once that kicks on, and I'm still waiting, one of the meetings I'm waiting to have this week is to figure out exactly what that's going to look like in my involvement in helping out. And I want to be as present as they would like me to be. You know, if that means going to practices, obviously I'm going to want to be at the games. So Friday night streams are going to be out anyway during football season because I'm probably going to be either at my old football playing place or on the road somewhere potentially. And you know, all this is assumptions until I have a conversation with the head coach. But yeah, once I get into that and I'm actually, because if you guys don't know me really well, like these things that I do on the internet are all just a version of things that I've done in the real world. And I'll tell you, as much as I love hanging out with you guys on the internet, doing it in the real world is way more fun. So I am inserting myself into way more real world situations and deleting more and more of myself from the digital space. Just because the kind of the writing was on the wall for me a couple of years ago when I started to kind of pull my troops back from the war that is social media. To say, nah, this, at least the way social media is today, it's not time for us to be here in mass. And I don't know that will ever change, but we'll see. But I still do want to be available to you guys. So all of that to say there's going to be a time where me being here as often won't really be possible. And that's not even mentioning things that I've got going on in a couple of my businesses, a couple of which are in startup modes. There's always craziness going on when things are just getting started and you're proving your models and getting investors interested, and et cetera, et cetera. It can be very, very unpredictable in terms of when you might be needed to do a thing. So, but whether or not we come back tomorrow is unknown. I'll update you guys on, or somebody will update you guys on Discord to let you know if we are indeed streaming tomorrow. Game-wise, we're still playing through Ghost Recon Breakpoint, obviously. We are still playing through Arcania. The complete tale. We just finished Shan Yuan, and we've got Chernobylite still on the ticket. So between those games, and we started the good old Final Fantasy 2, so we need to get back to that at some point. And I'm also looking, like, I thought about, honestly, this weekend starting a Dying Light 2 stream, because if you guys didn't know, my second YouTube channel blew up. Almost, not exclusively, but like a third of that audience is because of Dying Light 1. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of the subscribers I was able to get on that YouTube channel, which was my second or third YouTube channel, I don't remember which, thousands of those subscribers came from 1 to 3 videos about Dying Light because I worked with the developer and I had early access to the game. Like, I had like Angry Joe early access to that game. Meaning the game, it wasn't built. They were like, hey, go to this website, download these things. It's like, what? Is this a game? You know, like, it was in complete, like, alpha mode, but they didn't care. They were smart. Like, I'll give that publisher and developer credit. They were like, get this broken-ass game in as many people's hands as we can, playing it so they can know it's coming. You know, and we can hear about, like, so instead of releasing a broken-ass game that the players complain about, they gave the broken-ass game to the reviewers and let us test. It was genius. I was like, why the fuck does every company not have like 1,000 reviewers they go to immediately when the game's in beta to let us play it and talk about it in front of the whole world to get everybody excited, and we'll tell them, hey, the game's obviously not finished. And that way you don't have to launch Battlefield 2042 retardedly and have it be broken, and now nobody likes. I mean, nobody already liked your fucking brand before you did that shit, and then you put out the one thing that your brand had left that wasn't complete ass, and you fucked it up because you got a bunch of old people running your company that don't know shit about your customers. You're just too rich to know better. Ugh. But anyway. So I was going to do Dying Light 2, and then I started reading the reviews, and I was like, I'm out. That's counting down to me being frustrated, so I'm going to spare you guys that. All right, let's see what I missed. Kaz says, I remember the Dying Light 1 streams. Yep. There was one video in particular that blew my channel up. Just one. Went nuts. I couldn't believe that video did well. Like, it was one of the videos, though, when we were talking earlier about being yourself, where I was more myself. I wasn't as polished as the person I was pretending to be at that time. And I just let my hair down and was being silly. Like, I was singing songs to the music. And people liked it. I was like, oh, wow. People are entertained by this crazy shit? Like, okay. Turbo says, Brian Chambers, glad you are communicating. It is key. And also glad you taking family as a priority. As expected. Oh, bless you. Bless you. Yep. Sony made a mistake by doing that with Days Gone, though. Because the reviewers gave it a bad. But that's what I mean. Like, there would have to be way more communication up front. Like, hey, reviewers, this game is not finished. It's in beta, and we're giving it to you so that you can tell us. Like, use reviewers in a much more effective way. Instead of just making them your shitty marketing team, communicate with them a bit. Like, I swear, all these fucking companies should just call me and be like, here's how you unfuck the dumb shit. Like, if Ubisoft had the balls to call a person like me, like a person who's actually certified in helping companies not fucking fall apart because of the stupid shit they do, they'd be like, guys, this shit's not hard. Like, give me the leader who's in charge of this decision, because that's where the problem is. It's not the workers. It's not the people you hired. It's one person in the chain of command's a piece of shit. I want to know who that is, and I want to be in their office within the next 24 hours. So I can talk them off the ledge of fear that they're fucking everybody over with. Like, your company's going to be dead in a couple years, Jim, if you don't stop this shit. Like, you're getting away with it now because you've amassed billions of dollars. That is going to come to an end. Do you see how much entertainment is in the market right now? You will be forgotten about within a week if you keep fucking up this shit. Like, many of us have already sworn your company off. Like, remember Assassin's Creed? Like, a good percentage of your audience said, fuck you, after Odyssey. Like, keep fucking up. You fuck around and people are going to be talking, remember that company that made Duke Nukem 3D? Nobody does. And I'm sorry to pick on you guys, 3D Realms. You didn't deserve that. That's who made Duke 3D. Yeah, that's what I mean, Kaz. Like, have the reviewers actually be a part of the discussion. So instead of giving them the game to review it, give them the game to do walkthroughs of the beta phase of the game, so the viewers and the players are saying, hey, this needs to be fixed, hey, that needs to be fixed, and you have people on your community team assigned to watch the people you gave the damn game to, so they can take all the notes, get it to the engineers, make the fixes, and get this shit out of here. Like, because you're gonna do that anyway when you put out your shitty game that's unfinished. Except the difference is you're going to make $1 billion off of selling your shit game because you can get away with that because you have brand equity. You won't for long. Like, when Battlefield 2042 was broken, I said, EA is finished, dude. Like, this is a wrap. They're going to be Konami in 5 years. Making fucking casino machines. Like, they've lost. Yeah, good point, Kaz. Like, they use the reviewers to fix their game, and then nobody wanted to buy the game because of all the complaints. It's like, No, tell the viewer, hey, our job is to find the flaws of this game, and you make it a show. You be like, God, I swear to God, they just let me help them. You'd make a lot more billions, and your customers wouldn't hate you if you let me help you. But you don't know who I am, and you probably think I'm full of shit, as you should. But it's almost like you want your company to fail. But anyway, enough of me waxing philosophically about the woes of the games industry that I used to be a part of. I love you guys much. We are stronger than I. And if we're back tomorrow, I'll see you. And if not, I'll see you when we're back. Stay strong.